Broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studio at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee. This is Kyle Brust Nortman, KVN, on ESPN Wisconsin. Here's Kyle Wallace, Ben Brust, and Brad Nortman.
It is a great day to be alive on this Wednesday. Kyle Brust Nortman across ESPN Wisconsin. My name is Ben Brust alongside me. Chain Gang, Kyle Wallace. Say something, Kyle.
Look, hey. This is my mama got me this for Christmas.
Yeah, it's definitely upscale and definitely not what you would get for yourself.
Yeah, you know, you let the people who love you in your life get you the nice little costs and nice things.
To my left, whose microphone is not working right now.
Can you hear me? Can anybody
there
hear me?
We go.
KVN Nation.
Longtime NFL punter, Super Bowl 50 runner-up, Bradley Nortman.
It's amazing how being a dad changes you a little bit. Because I was looking at Kyle's, what is it, a sweatshirt?
This is a sweater, yeah.
Sweater. It's great. Great Lacoste sweatshirt.
Fits me very
well. Very well. That exact color is like the color of Will's eyes. My baby boy.
Your boy got
that's me and my baby. I miss him.
That's a lady killer. He got eyes like this.
Oh, wow. Powerful.
I know.
Powerful.
Don't look in the Williams.
The lady killer of the show, Alex Stro, running the show. What's up, lady killer?
Yeah, you know, that's what they call me, the lady killer. I've got some relatively pressing news for you guys, actually, to start the show today. Ben, what's going on, buddy? Everything okay?
Everything's great. What's going on with you?
He legitimately seems fantastic today.
I'm really good, guys.
Let's not bring this down here. What are we doing?
I'm really good. So I just had a few different people pull me aside before the show started.
Uh-oh, Ben.
And they said, hey, I'm actually not friends with Ben Brust on Snapchat. But it appears he accidentally made a Snapchat post.
Wait, whoa.
How do you accidentally make...
I direct your attention to the YouTube stream where you will see a photo of Ben Brust very clearly standing at the urinal.
Oh, my God!
Stop it.
What the hell is this?
No, you did not.
Where 13 minutes ago, he posted a photo
Man,
of
people are
himself
screenshotting this.
Wait.
taking care of his business.
Oh, no, with no drawers on. He ain't got no drawers.
It's looking up.
Picture of his face.
Looking down is a bad look.
So hang on.
Creep.
Yo, you wanna know what happened is I started peeing and I was just looking at my phone and then I like this was up and I was like, damn, my chin. Like I was looking at my chin.
Huh?
I was looking down. I was like, what the damn hell is that?
Oh my God.
And I accidentally pressed the story button.
Wow, you took the picture though?
Why did you have your camera up looking at you?
I don't
down
know.
from the urinal?
I just went to my phone and there it was. I honestly have no idea.
You got your thing in one and your phone in the other?
Do you have like a
Yeah, of course. Who doesn't pee and look at their phone?
Do you have like well, I typically don't.
But don't you have it
especially
at
if I'm
least
at a urinal.
up, like up face level?
No,
it looks like you're taking
you
crotch
can't look
shots.
face level. You got to make sure you're aiming good.
This looks like you are taking. This is gross. Everything about this is gross.
Bro, you can see in my eyes, like, damn, what's going on with your chin?
You do look disappointed. You look super
But I'm disappointed that somehow that is a story.
You talk about me being
Also,
fat
that's
boy.
messed up. Now, you could have told me to delete it before the show.
And you could have told me I had a bad haircut before the show, but how'd that go?
So could have 50 other people.
That's a good
true.
point.
Boy,
And so could have
boy.
50 other people
No.
told you that you posted
Luckily,
them.
only 12 people saw the story.
This is embarrassing.
Well, bad news for you. I was one of them, and now we have forever proof.
What the hell is going on?
What's wrong with you? Like, how old are you?
Dude, that is the oldest thing I've done in my life.
I'm so
Literally,
happy.
you accidentally took a Snapchat of yourself?
He took a Snapchat and was able to post it.
I saw something happen, like, where the notification bar comes, and I think that probably meant like story sent or whatever, but like I think I got like an ESPN notification, so it might have been behind that. So I didn't think anything of anything.
Bro, I'm so glad it wasn't flipped around.
Oh my God.
Me too.
You should thank your lucky stars that was a selfie camera.
This is a weird feeling
Oh.
of like involuntary, like what the hell just happened to me.
Violated yourself.
See, I never really believed that people would
On
accidentally
YouTube
post-
at ESPN Milwaukee and at ESPN Madison, you can safely go there because it is just a picture of my chin.
See, when there's like I don't know, like when a celebrity posts something or like, where it's like why did they post
got
that?
hacked?
Oh, yeah.
I'm like,
Shannon Sharp,
I'm like, I
Michelle.
don't believe that. I think they actually put it out there for drama. There's no way Ben accidentally did this because it is such an unflattering view.
No, there's no way I purposely did this.
There's no way you purposely did this. Their only explanation is accidentally because that is just not a flattering upward look of your face.
That's rough, buddy. That is rough. I didn't know you looked like that.
Me
I
either.
didn't know you look down for me again.
You
God.
do look perplexed or a little bit.
Yeah, because I was looking at him and I was like, damn, what's going on with your chin?
And so you just so happen to randomly
So
Snapchat.
now I'm gonna go. It's facing down now. Thank goodness when I went to it, it was facing me.
I don't know that I would have shared it if it was that.
So I guess I'd have to have clicked.
You
Story
took photo.
So-
and
I'm-
public
yeah,
because
so-
people that aren't friends with you are seeing it.
Yeah. So my point is the
Public?
Yeah, people that are not friends with you on Snapchat are seeing that.
well, not
stuff.
anymore.
Oh, you deleted it.
Of course.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm just gonna leave that. What are you
He's
talking
in the
about?
bathroom. He's been
So
rust.
by the button is also where the story button is with like in a realm. And I don't know, I was peeing. I was probably just distracted, looked down and started peeing again. And like just a little slip on the hand. Wow. Wow. That is,
That's shocking. I was
That's
not
gonna be-
prepared to see that in
Me
that setting
either.
today. Not prepared whatsoever.
I loved every moment of it. When that was brought to my attention right before the show, I said, I know
who
we're
else?
starting the show.
Who else saw it?
Well, you can see the people.
No, I deleted it.
Oh.
I don't know if you
wow.
can go back and look at past
no,
stories.
you
Yes,
shot
you
it.
deleted it. You can't. Wait, I wasn't the only person to screenshot it, was I?
There was two.
Oh.
And I don't know who the other one is now.
Wow.
You didn't see who the other person was?
Bro, I tried to get that off as soon as possible. I didn't care who
Well,
saw it. I was like,
I was one of them. I don't know who the other was.
12 people. So there's 11 people out there in the world saw me at the urinal taking a whiz. But it's looking up at my chin, in which I was looking at my
thank
chin
the
and
Lord.
thinking, what's wrong with my chin? Then probably continue to do my business and somehow storied it.
When's the last time you posted something
On a Snapchat story, I could not tell you. I could not tell you. At least 6 months.
So how did your Snapchat even get open while you were peeing?
I don't know, Kyle.
But you were looking. But you didn't say, "Let me get out of Snapchat." You decided to. Oh my!
Do you
chin, I
remember?
look
You remember
fat.
clicking on the app? You remember saying, "Oh, I'm gonna open this," because I agree. Like
the last Snapchat I got
I'll look at Twitter.
was from a teammate, Nolan Murphy. And I couldn't tell you when it was.
So do you remember pulling up
One
the
day
app?
ago, another friend of mine,
Okay, so
Austin Della.
You're on Snapchat. You're on Snapchat.
Yeah.
No, but-
it's part of your routine.
Like, yeah, I'll check it, but it's not like I would say the first thing I'd go to on
Dude,
he
you look
visits
like I'm
is
sorry,
Twitter.
You look like an old creeper who's trying to send a picture to some young gal that he has no
Don't
business.
even say that.
Some 21-year-old. Hey, look at me, babe.
How do I use this?
I
That's
appreciate
how
you,
your face
JB and the
looks.
V, saying I've 100% accidentally posted a story before, not while urinating, but it happens. Yeah, but that's the part. I was urinating, but thank the heavens. Like, the heavens. I'm shook, and now Stro's making a break screen about it. And
I mean, it's perfect. Man, it's. I mean, you look
I
better
feel
than what the
what I
photo
do
shows.
feel right now is I feel old.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like misclicking, posting, what the hell?
It's one thing to not know how to like navigate an app because you were trying to post something on Instagram before the show as well.
Correct.
And you're like, how do I make this? You
was
sounded.
struggling. He
I
was
don't know how to do
Bro, I
it
went
either.
around the office and said, who's good at Instagram?
Yeah, and you're like, how do I make this a grid? What is it? I mean, like all these lingo that's like, wow. And I don't know the answer either, so I'm not the person to ask. But that's like excusable to actually accidentally post something.
This is bad. This is a sign. You're only 30. What? 3? 34?
34.
Bro, you got 6 years, and then you're gonna have kids, and they're gonna start doing stuff you don't know what they're doing.
But I will say though, we are all. I'm talking about us, KBN, not the S of KBN.
Yeah, minus Stro.
Nobody. We are here now. We're frozen in technology time.
Yeah.
Right? We're not. We're not
Like
getting
as
any
new
better.
things come out, like
Yeah.
we won't have the capacity to learn
I have no capacity to learn any new app, anything new technology.
What's new, Stro? What's new out there in Gen Z world?
AI is the big thing right now.
What are kids doing with AI other than dating them?
Well, dating them is certainly a part of it. So, Ben, be careful. AI probably already saw this picture of you at the toilet and is...
turning around, all type of... they're going to meme the hell out of you. Meme the hell out of you. I might try to take this picture and meme you.
Why would you do that?
I mean, that's funny.
He's a meme guy.
Yeah, it's funny.
You're not a meme guy.
I'm on TikTok.
What did I have planned for the start of the show?
We were going to have John Anderson.
We were going to listen to John Anderson from yesterday, but I'd rather discuss your technological fail.
Does your wife know
at
this?
the urinal?
No.
Oh, I'm going to say
I didn't know this.
Where's my phone?
No, again, just
How
leave it alone.
How ashamed are you on a scale of 1 to 10?
1,000.
You feel exposed.
I feel like I don't know how to feel because nothing like this has ever happened.
But the thing is, this is going to be part of your routine. It's going to happen again.
No,
you got to be careful what you do.
At this point now, I'm probably going to move the app away from
From what?
Like the front page, like of all my social medias. Like I'm going to move it so like it's Twitter. But man, if I click Twitter and then I just start pressing buttons, I guess it's fine if I just put XZYWZZZZ as a tweet. This is frightening.
This is a picture that is
bad.
revealing. Not that revealing, but just revealing.
No, he looks like a creep. That's creepy Ben. That's creepy Ben. Our break screen is going to have creepy Ben. Make sure you put creepy Ben on that break screen. We'll be back with more creepy Ben.
All I can think of is Kyle describing him as an old creep.
He does look like an old creep.
Trying to talk to a woman who's 30 years younger than him.
Can you send?
I'm Bill Belichick.
You are. Can you send me a selfie? And this is him trying to send a selfie.
I'm Lane Kiffin.
I mean, in their defense, they're winning in life.
Wait, Lane Kiffin got tangled up in?
No, Lane Kiffin got tangled up with some young girls too. Well, Ben's not the thing, but
wow,
yeah, he got a divorce.
He did?
Oh, you didn't know this? He been
recently?
Divorced. A couple years ago.
Oh,
it's been some time.
Okay,
they got a good life. I ain't mad at him.
Oh, I'm completely
shocked. I got to say, this feels like a little bit of like a warning for me because I don't.
Yeah, I mean, it should be a warning for everybody.
I liberally use my apps when I'm urinating and all the things. Now I'm a little bit concerned. This is like a warning sign.
And since we're talking about warning signs, since we are public figures, I know when I go on social media and I be scrolling and seeing things, and, my algorithm is what my algorithm is. I like certain things in life, and somehow my phone knows. And so sometimes I scroll a little slow, but I make sure I do not like it. I make sure I do not like stuff because the last thing I need people is talk about, oh, he liked this, he liked that. So y'all better be careful what you like.
Lasagna and MKE chimes in. Who shout out to Lasagna who dropped off some lasagna for us.
Got lasagna, baby.
Wow,
thanks,
we got lasagna.
On the Carbless Talking text line. If it makes you feel better, I accidentally sent an explicit photo of my wife to my former coworker who is elderly and a female before you could delete sent messages.
Oh my God.
How do you accidentally do that?
I already feel 10 times better than whatever happened to me.
What did the elderly lady say?
Well, you'll have to have him follow up here on the Carbless Talking text line. It's Kyle, Brust Nortman across ESPN Wisconsin, 800-990-3776. YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee and at ESPN Madison. We're going to hear from John Anderson coming up next, who joined us yesterday. He said something that was fascinating because there's a portion of the fan base I know that still feels this. Like I said, I feel like I've broken this up into thirds. A third of the fan base, no matter what happened in the Bears game, where Matt LaFleur should be back. There was a third that probably said he should be fired, but as time passed, they didn't want him fired. And there's a third that still just don't believe in Matt LaFleur. You'll see what camp John Anderson of ESPN is in, and we'll get your reaction to it next on KBN. What the hell?
This is Kyle, Brust Nortman, KBN.
I legitimately understand sugar.
Is it good, Brad?
It's unbelievable. It's so good. I'm changed. Not for the better.
Come on.
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app. All the antics.
The reason he's not running the ball real well this year is because his pants are way too high. You see him pull his pants up? Check it out.
All the action.
The honeymoon phase is over. Did we forget that he lost 5 games at the end of the season? I can't forget, and I don't know how to move forward.
The best of both worlds lives right here. Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. Weekday mornings from 7 to 9 on 94.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
Kick off the new year with a smarter home and bigger savings with Exterior Pros and Baths. New windows to lock in the warmth, durable roofing, eye-catching siding, or a stunning bath makeover. Start the year off right and get $3,000 off your project. That's right, $3,000 back in your pocket during our New Year savings event. Call 262-800-4274 or visit extpros.com today. This deal won't last all winter. Exterior Pros and Baths. New year, new home, done right.
Brewers mini ticket plans for the 2026 season are available now with 6-game, 12-game, and build your own plan options. You can pick or build the best plan for your schedule, whether you're gearing up for tailgates under the sun, the thrill of the home runs, or the eruptions of walk-off wins. Brewers mini plans have you covered for the 2026 season with specially discounted ticket rates and more exclusive perks in each plan. Check out all the mini plan options available for 2026 now at brewers.com/ticket plans.
Wisconsin is still cattle country, and that's why Bunzel's chose to stay close to home to hand select the finest beef. Quality goes into everything they do, from Bunzel's expansive array of meats, homemade specialty sausages, and their award-winning beef jerky. It just isn't a proper holiday meal without Bunzel's top quality cuts on the dinner table. Tasting is believing. Visit Bunzel's at 90th and Burleigh or bunzels.com.
This is Eric Brown, owner of Siding Unlimited, letting you know that Siding Unlimited installs Pella windows and doors. That's right, Siding Unlimited installs windows, and we do it really well, earning the prestigious Pella Platinum Premier National Certified Contractor of the Year award 5 times. New windows, our expert team will deliver on a smooth, hassle-free installation, making you feel proud of calling Siding Unlimited for your window project. What's the next step? Call 262-567-4513 or go to sidingunlimited.com.
Life's better with American Family Insurance because we know you love working weekends. If it means working on your dream home, both inside and out. And we're here to help protect those dreams so you can enjoy peace of mind. Save up to 40% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on the way you purchase insurance and by state. Some exclusions apply. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Progressive knows life takes you in many directions.
Bear right at exit 32, then begin to wonder why you never bought a fish tank. In 1.3 miles, you'll realize you've been mispronouncing epitome your whole life. At the roundabout, you will remember you said something at dinner you wish you hadn't and will think about it for decades. You have arrived at your destination, but it turns out there really is no destination and life just keeps going.
Wherever life takes you, protect your home and auto with a bundle from Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
You still thinking job change in the new year?
Yeah, I need something that's in high demand and more stable in this economy.
IT?
Yeah, cybersecurity, maybe even AI.
That's what I did.
Really? How?
Went to My Computer Career. You don't need any prior experience, and you could start your new career in a matter of months. A lot of IT pros go to school there, too, to level up.
Sweet. Are classes online or on campus?
Both.
Wow, I'll check it out. Thanks.
Make this your year. Take the free career evaluation now at mycomputercareer.edu, an Elite CompTIA certification partner. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin, ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube, and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Professor Big Daddy J.A. John Anderson of ESPN joined us yesterday live from the University Bookstore. The great partnership that they have going on with IKEA is a new pickup point for you. He had some thoughts on the end of the Packers-Bears game and thoughts from 10 days later as you're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman with Ben Brust, Kyle Wallace, Brad Nortman, and Alex Strofe, the lady killer, running the show. 800-990-ESPN, and of course YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee and at ESPN Madison.
What's your new nickname after this creepy bin photo?
Old and...
Why are you calling me the lady killer?
Well, because that's what we labeled you last segment.
We?
Who's we?
Me.
I don't even know why you said it last segment.
I don't know either, but it fit. It fit.
Is there something we need to know about
Brad?
Is your girlfriend going missing?
Brad, guys, you guys are fixated on the fact that I accidentally took a picture and I didn't know it posted, and it was very scary.
In the bathroom.
Luckily, we're good.
You're the one that brought it up. But
Brad talked about Kyle's shirt, reminding him of his baby boy's
It's his eye color.
Eye color, and Kyle said it's going to be a lady
Steel
killer.
blue.
And I said, just like Stro,
I
lady
do
killer.
have very pretty blue eyes. That's
there
true.
you go. Tied it all together.
I don't think you're Will.
Definitely not.
Will's eyes. Yeah, good eyes.
Let's get to John Anderson from yesterday as he shared his thoughts after we had not talked to him in a couple weeks about his reaction to the end of that Packers-Bears game.
I've told most everybody I am emotionally unavailable to talk about both the Bears games, the last two Bear games. I still can't speak of them because I look at them and I just think you cannot lose either of those games, let alone one of them and then two. And honestly, I felt in the immediate aftermath that the head coach should be replaced. And we are we are 10 days from it, more than that. And I think I feel the same way. I don't know that you can lose both those games and keep a job.
That was John Anderson of ESPN, now a professor at Missouri, chatting with us. And I guess there is a portion of the audience that I know still feels that way. Who agrees or disagrees with John Anderson? 800-990-3776.
I'll jump in. When I heard that, it seemed like likely he was coming back, it felt like Happy Gilmore, Ben, that moment that they said, Happy Gilmore, you're going to be suspended. I thought, suspended? You got to kick him off the tour,
Doug, I got to play.
You got to kick him off the tour. I thought, you know what? You have to turn the page. So that immediate reaction, I was just like, I don't know how you can move forward with Matt LaFleur. It opens the door to all of your postseason fears coming to fruition. After the dust is settled, and after we've seen other head coaches come available, the turmoil throughout, I've changed my tune a little bit. I still don't think that the Packers can win a Super Bowl, nor they should be taken seriously about a Super Bowl with Matt LaFleur as the coach.
Oh my.
But every decision doesn't occur in a vacuum. Every decision has to be considered, well, if not option A, then what's option B, C, D, E, and F? And I just feel like there's not many good options out there, especially after Harbaugh is gone. Tomlin's not going to want to keep coaching. I'm not willing to, take a risk on some high flyer, some new guy. I don't think you want to, risk Jordan Love's prime and Micah Parsons' prime with someone that has not shown that they even know what to do in those situations. So for me, I actually take the opposite stance of John Anderson. Initially, I thought, I don't know how you can move forward with this. You got to turn the page. Now I'm like, you know what? He's getting you to the playoffs. You're just going to have to hope that Jordan Love catches fire, plays at an MVP level, and maybe you get hot. I don't expect it to happen, but I don't know any other better solution right now on January 21st.
Oh, Brad, I thought you were finally coming to the good side, but you gave him a compliment and with no good sandwich. You said, well, he's the best you can get. Like,
he's the best you can get.
I don't see him ever getting you to a Super Bowl. Then you should have fired him. If you don't think a guy that can get you to a Super Bowl,
he doesn't make the decision.
Thank goodness he doesn't.
And again, like I've said, now there's a third of people that want to get rid of him that have now convinced themselves that it's the best option because of the coaching pool, and whether that's the right or wrong reason, that's up for you to decide.
I mean, you guys act like this guy is chopped liver. Listen, I am not 100% satisfied with the overall performance. That is true. But overall,
to get the water buckets out.
No, I'm not getting the water buckets out, but it's easy to carry water when the guy has proven track record of success for your team. Since Jordan Love has been a quarterback, they've been a top 12 total offense. That's a big deal. To move on from Aaron Rodgers.
It's a big deal?
No, it is a big deal. To make the playoffs 3 consecutive years, yes, the results have not been what we wanted. And one of these days, the Green Bay Packers are going to bust through. When you look at coaches that have coached in the Super Bowl, like a Zach Taylor, which, I wouldn't think that he's one of the elite coaches. Doug Peterson is sitting on the sideline. He's coaching the Super Bowl. I do believe that Matt LaFleur can get this team to a Super Bowl. You have a great combination of a great coach with a great quarterback, with a great rush-in who was missing at the end of this season. I do think the Green Bay Packers are building a great recipe to be a championship contender. I just feel like you guys sit here.
Over the last 3 years, the terminology that is best described the Green Bay Packers is good, not great. And now you're making them great without.
They were a great team until they were unable to figure out how to be a great unit without Micah Parsons being there, without Tucker Kraft, without Zach. They did not do a good job when they missed those guys. They did not do a good job of finding a way to win. Were they in a lot of those games? Yes, they were in every game but one. Again, not counting the Minnesota game. But they didn't find a way to win without some of their dogs, and that does fall on the coaching staff, and that is Matt LaFleur.
Great.
But
everything's great.
Everything is great, and I think if you have enough greatness, there's one day, or there's going to be a time where you will break through. And if you don't break through, guess what? Then he'll be gone. But right now, with Jordan Love and Matt LaFleur, their combination has been a successful combination so far. It's only been 3 years.
My concern is, hearing things out of Buffalo, right? When their owner talks about moving on from Sean McDermott, he said, I think we hit our playoff ceiling. That's what he used. Whether you agree with that or not for Sean McDermott, that's my fear with Matt LaFleur. I feel like they've hit their ceiling. I've seen enough postseason big games to where the Packers don't play their best football. In-game decisions are messed up. Things collapse like we just saw a couple weeks ago, to where I just think Matt LaFleur has shown that there's a certain ceiling with him. Now, that's fine. Maybe, just maybe, the ball rolls your way. Jordan Love gets hot. There are ways that maybe, improbabilistically, you could get on a run. I would not bank on that whatsoever because the track record is good, but not great, particularly in the postseason.
Honestly, I really think it's so unfortunate what happened to this team this year being decimated by injuries, because this was a year based off the teams that we see. And you saw the way the Rams played against Chicago, and they struggled. And the Rams was the top scoring offense in the NFL. Yes, the cold weather played a part in that. But at the end of the day, the Green Bay Packers are right there still in a conversation with all those teams this year. And I don't think they go to Seattle and they lose 41-6. I don't think the Packers do that. They're a much better team than that. And that it gives kudos to Matt LaFleur being able to get his team up to be able to compete with some of the best teams despite missing the majority of the great players that they have.
Again, every time I hear Kyle talk, I hear about like reasons for optimism.
Well, you guys focus on the bad.
Yeah, well, you use it from a bar of everything's been good, but then you keep saying it's great coach, great this, great that. But what, like, I know there's only one team that wins a Super Bowl, but I feel like we've gone from post Aaron Rodgers to Super Bowl is the standard to now that Matt LaFleur and Jordan Love are the combo. We're still just giving it time because we think that's the best thing for us. And you have enough evidence of who the coach is that I'm with John Anderson. It doesn't matter what they would do in the regular season until I see Matt LaFleur win a game that is meaningful in the playoffs beyond the 2023 game, which was a wild card win.
They didn't have a chance last year in the playoffs. They didn't have a chance the year before. Like, what are we talking? This was the first year that legitimately going into the season, we should have had Super Bowl expectations where it could have happened.
Going into the year, you didn't, though.
No, going into the year,
after the first 2 weeks, that's when it changed.
Going into the year, I thought this team was, I said NFC Championship game or bust. If we don't have what happens, because again, you guys conveniently like to ignore the things that happened during the season that derailed how great the team was. Like, that is part of the story. That is part of the journey for me. That's why I look at that and I say, this team, if healthy, I think goes to an NFC Championship game. And if you feel the same way, if they stay healthy and go to the NFC Championship game, well, then you should say, let's bring them back. And that's what Ed Policy decided to do. He evaluated the team. He understood that this team was a really good team until injuries decimated them. Everybody has injuries, and unfortunately, we couldn't overcome them. So the hope and the will is this. You can keep guys healthy, you can build more depth on a roster, and you take another shot at it next year, the year after, and the year after that.
But part of the reasons why they haven't had success, and you even said like last year, playing the Eagles, didn't have a chance. The Eagles went and won a Super Bowl, so I can understand that. But the problem is the Packers paint themselves into this picture. How many years in a row are we just going to accept 7th seed, wild card, go on the road? Of course you're going to be an underdog of sorts. You got to win the division. You got to get a home game. You have to set yourself up in the early rounds for games that you can actually win. Don't stack the deck against you by being the 7th seed, and then all of a sudden you're trying to climb uphill.
They were 9-3-1, and Michael goes down. They did blow it, and I am so disappointed. The blown losses, the fact that you were up in all these different games, the fact that you had a home game against the Ravens when you had everything to play for in your team late day. Listen, he is imperfect as a coach, but I evaluate.
But he's great.
I evaluate all of that, and I know that Matt LaFleur is one of the better coaches in the NFL, and I would rather have a fighting chance with a great coach than don't know what we're going to have with an unknown.
Again,
nobody's going to be perfect.
Again, nobody's asking somebody to be perfect.
Asking somebody to win a Super Bowl is damn near asking to be perfect.
No one's asking him to win a Super Bowl. Everyone's asking him to do something he hasn't been able to do since he's moved on from a Hall of Fame quarterback. And that's instill confidence and not be the guy that makes bad decisions in game. Be the guy that blows it against Carolina and
did he blow it against San Francisco in the divisional round?
Again,
I don't know. His running back got tired and couldn't get to the end zone.
You could make excuses for each year that he's been the coach, but ultimately it starts at the top. For me, it's always at the top. You are a reflection of your head coach. And if you want to be the guy that believes in the great haircut and the great eyebrows that continues to be Matty Mouse in big moments, then you can die on that. It's just not something I would want to die with.
I'm just sorry. It comes down to players have to execute. And in 2 of the last 3 playoff losses, the guy didn't have players executing. His field goal kickers did not execute, and now we're talking about losses.
Each year you have something.
No, it's not. 2 of the years is field goals. What do you mean something? No, it's the same thing.
It didn't need to come down to field goals if you scored 21 points against the Bears humming in that first half, and you're an offensive genius.
The pendulum swings, and the Bears were able to get the momentum. The Packers,
it's on the head coach to make sure that doesn't happen.
If you make the field goal, things change. That's how you stop momentum, by putting points on the board, stretching out a lead.
Man.
That is what happens. Listen,
I never thought after the way they blew it, you'd try and find the excuse through Brandon McManus and not put it on the guy that was up 21-3.
If Brandon McManus makes those field goals, are the Packers playing last weekend? Yes.
If Matt LaFleur has more stones than he does and hasn't been the same mouse that he's been, would they be playing Seattle? They would have been.
If the players don't execute, if he had all the stones in the world and decides to go for it on a certain down.
Players execute at a high level for people that aren't their buddy.
Okay. All right. Okay.
I just had tougher coaches than you, and you're just Kyle complacent.
No, Coach Tejan was tough. He was tough as nails.
And that's why you probably were on the sideline.
He's a Hall of Famer.
Couldn't make the field.
No, in college. Les Leopold, he was a good coach. He wasn't that tough.
That's the name.
He wasn't that tough, but he was a good coach.
All right.
And I was on the sideline because I wasn't good enough,
It's fine. I just I want to take inventory every day until the playoffs of all of the reasons why Matt LaFleur is the right coach for the Green Bay Packers, because that was not the sentiment, but because he was extended, there is a blind faith now amongst Packer fans to believe that he is the right guy.
My boy's career is in the hands of kickers. You better find him a good one. Goody better find him a good one.
Your boy's job is in the hands of him to make sure that if you're up 21-3, it doesn't come down to a kicker.
No.
You score one touchdown in the second half. One from a guy that played wonderfully in the first half, Jordan Love. You're telling me you couldn't do something as a play-calling genius against that team who was bottom 25?
You can call whatever plays you want, but if your quarterback drops back and he got guys in his face, what is he to do? Like, you can call the perfect play, but if Jordan Love doesn't have time to hit Christian Watson when he's wide open downfield, that falls on the guys on the field. He can't do everything, and I think we put way too much weight on what the coaches do when players have to execute. And we can talk about the Bills game. If Brandon Cooks catches that damn ball, Sean McDermott is coaching this weekend. Players have to execute. They got to do their job.
Yeah, but again, he had 9 years and had all the time with Josh Allen. This is now a coach in 2 iterations that we've seen, and he's been consistent of what he's been in the playoffs in big moments with Aaron Rodgers and with Jordan Love. So, again, we'll continue to see how people find ways to love Matt LaFleur, or if you think he's the wrong guy, we'll start feeling that in a regular season blown loss, and everyone will start going crazy again. But we got a long way until then. 800-990-3776. Of course, there's Giannis news on the TV that has you guys turning your head.
I haven't heard that.
You want to read it to the audience?
Giannis says he doesn't know if he will finish this season with Bucks, according to Shams.
I did see that. Like, someone asked him that, and he said, I don't know if I will. I didn't know that Shams had a report that he's meeting with the Bucks to determine if moving on is better than staying.
Bumps Matt LaFleur. Oh, my gosh. Not Yanni. Y'all can take Matt. Don't take Yanni.
Rob Demovsky joins us next after this KBN Sports Desk update.
How confident are you'll finish the season with the Bucks?
I don't know. I take it day by day.
Oh, yuck. Yuck City Central.
He's under contract. Day by day.
The players control more than anything in the NBA.
They still trying to make the playoffs. I take it day. Listen, y'all ask me, you going to be with KBN? I'm going to take it day by day.
Yeah, I don't know.
Bro,
yeah, you ain't Giannis.
I am not even in the same hemisphere. We're on 2 different planets, many planets away.
We'll get to Rob Demovsky, then have to hear that over and over and over again. And what the hell was that? That was you just threw an atomic bomb into the show right there, Strofe. Rob Demovsky next.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN.
And you're disrupting my flow.
No, your flow.
Dang nabbit.
Dang nabbit, I had a good flow.
Gee golly willikers.
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Want your brand to turn heads and win hearts?
Captivate Exhibits can bring your brand to life by transforming lobbies, creating history walls, and beautifying facilities.
For over 32 years, Captivate has been the MVP of trade show exhibits and workplace design and fabrication. Let Captivate craft immersive branded environments that tell your story boldly, beautifully, and with purpose at events and around the office.
Score big by making your next event or your own space unforgettable. Create something legendary by getting started today at CaptivateExhibits.com. Pella.com.
4 years. That's enough time to earn a college degree, to serve a full term as a president, to train for something big and become someone new.
You bet, and get 0% interest for 4 years at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, so you can invest in your home and in life's biggest moments. With exclusive features and customizations, Pella offers the highest quality products at a price you can afford.
Aim high when setting your New Year's resolution and imagine what you can do in 4 years when you finance your home project with Pella. Visit PellaWI.com today.
Grab the dial and crank it up, baby, because Potawatomi Casino Hotel Milwaukee is spinning its Winning Hits collection. Over the next 3 months, you could win a share of over $1 million in prizes. On top of thousands in cash and reward play, you could win one of 3 new Ford vehicles in the grand finale drawings on March 27th. Just play with your rewards card to earn entries. Press play on the Winning Hits collection, only at Potawatomi. More info online. Must be 21 and a rewards member to play.
At Big Fish Contracting, we want every home project to be a good story worth sharing. That's why we as a team aim to exceed your expectations. We can improve any aspect of your home. Everything from a complex remodel to the essential roof, gutters, siding, and windows. Integrity, humility, and kindness are why we've grown in southeastern Wisconsin for the last 2 decades. Visit BigFishContracting.com to learn how Big Fish is renovating homes and redeeming an industry.
Come grow with us at Glenroy. For more than 6 decades, our family-owned company has built its reputation on quality, reliability, and providing strong career opportunities in our community. As the packaging industry rapidly grows, so does Glenroy. Here, you'll find competitive wages, a clean, modern workspace, fully vested 401k, yearly bonus award, and the chance to build a manufacturing career with purpose. Apply today at glenroy.com/careers. That's GLENROY.com/careers.
We love the Packers. We bleed green and gold. And every time our team takes the field, well, it's pure football bliss. If only there was a way to experience that blissful winning feeling every day. At Associated Bank, we've got you. With 10% off Lambeau concessions and 15% off Pro Shop merch. All when you get Packers checking from Associated Bank. It's how Packers fans keep winning on game day and every day. Associated Bank. Bank of the Packers. Learn more at associatedbank.com/Packers. Member FDIC.
Hey, wouldn't it be great if life came with a remote control? You know, you could hit pause when you needed to, or hit rewind, like that time you knocked down that wasp's nest. Uh-oh. Well, life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. With early diagnosis and a few healthy changes, you can stop prediabetes before it leads to type 2 diabetes. To learn your risk, take the 1-minute test today at doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its prediabetes awareness partners.
Adopt US Kids presents What to Expect When You're Expecting a Teenager. Learning the lingo.
Jelly. Jelly adjective. Jelly is a shorter, better way to say jealous. As in, Chloe, I am like so jelly of your unicorn phone case.
You don't have to speak teen to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same. Visit adoptuskids.org. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt US Kids, and the Ad Council.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app. Bold, bald, beautiful.
I'm one small bald man.
ESPN NFL Nation reporter Rob Demovsky on Kyle, Brust, and Nortman.
Joining us on Kyle, Brust, and Nortman across ESPN Wisconsin is Rob Demovsky, ESPN NFL Nation reporter for the Packers. Rob, welcome into KBN. Rob, we got you?
How are you guys?
Doing well. Great to have you. Look, some weird Giannis news just came up, so a little distracted by that. But nonetheless, when it comes to Rich Bisaccia, he's a hot name right now. There's a weird feeling. There's like no true reports that he'll be back. Do you know anything? Right. If you do, could you please share?
No, I know the last I checked in with some members of the coaches there this morning, yesterday, that nothing has been decided yet and that things are I think the coaches might be off this week. I'm not 100% sure about that. But I talked to a couple of the defensive guys who whether they're going to go with Hafley or not. And they basically said, we don't know yet. It's just spending time with the family right now, which tells me that the coaches might be off and that Matt LaFleur might be going through, his evaluations. Because you think about it, he probably didn't spend a whole lot of time on that last week. They were doing exit interviews with the players. And then once they got to about, Wednesday or Thursday of last week, then it was all about meeting with Ed. So he's probably doing the coach evaluation stuff right now as we speak.
What's more important? Is it finding the defensive coordinator, or is it figuring out what we're going to do on the offensive side of the football? We're going to do with the special teams coach. Like, which one do you think is the highest priority?
It's all important, but I guess I would say right now, defensive coordinator, because you don't have one, and that's something that they've made such progress defensively from the last couple of years before Hafley. I mean, you think about it. Who was the last Packers defensive coordinator to leave without being fired? Like, just go backwards. Joe Barry was fired. Mike Pettin was fired.
Dom left on his own, right?
Dom Capers was fired after 2017. Bob Sanders before Dom Capers. Jim Bates in 2005. That whole staff was fired with Mike Sherman. So this is they finally had made some progress. And now, obviously, they've got to start over, so to speak. So, to me, that's the priority.
Rob, obviously, Matt LaFleur got his extension. Do you know if Ed Policy handed down any imperatives, so to speak, for Matt LaFleur? Like, hey, we're going to give you an extension, but you got to do this, you got to do that, you got to do that. Or is it just we're going to extend you, keep doing whatever you want to do?
No, I don't think it was like any directives at all, Brad, but I think that was all part of the process of meeting, because Ed Policy had to hear what he wanted to hear before they could, before he would go forward. So maybe he asked Matt, what do you plan to do? And Matt said, I plan to do this, or I don't plan to do anything. Either way, whatever he said, Ed was fine with it. So it doesn't sound like there were any directives. In fact, now that I think about this, going back in the timeline in my head, Ed met with Goody, Russ, and LaFleur individually the day after the season. That would be Sunday of the day after the Bears game, and told them then that he wanted to extend and planned to extend each of them, but they had to get together as a foursome and figure out if it was the right combination going forward. Oh. And that's where it sort of went as the week went on, which is why they went down to the American Club and told her.
So when do you think Policy made that decision? At some point, he must have said, you know what? I am going to extend Matt LaFleur. Do you think he always wanted to and then just needed an excuse to not do it? Or was there a moment in time where he said, you know what? He's my guy.
Yeah, I mean, clearly I would think it was before the playoff game, right?
For sure.
And it might have even been, when they were 9-3-1? It might have been at that point. And then, all heck broke loose with the injuries. And maybe he doesn't hold, Matt responsible for what happened down that final stretch of games. So, I mean, clearly he had seen enough to like what the direction was. Now, it's interesting because I talked to a lot of people around the league, and people around the league were like, was Matt LaFleur really on the hot seat with that record? But people locally and around Wisconsin have a different viewpoint of it. So it's all about your perspective and, what you're used to in front of you. And I think there's about 25 teams in the league that would probably love to have the kind of success the Packers had. The problem is the Packers want more, and they should want more.
Yeah, I feel you on that, Rob.
Talking with Rob Demovsky here on Kyle Brust Nortman across ESPN Wisconsin. So now that we know Matt LaFleur is extended, and we talked about the different coordinators and what's going on, Hafley leaving, coaches are on break, whatever that is. How much makeover do you think is going to happen this offseason? And in order to build depth, how are they going to do that this offseason without a first-round pick and with the cap space they're in? Because, again, it can't just be, well, this guy got hurt, and that's why we didn't do X, Y, or Z.
No, 100%. I mean, injuries happen to everybody. You better find a way to fight through them. Now, was their injury situation extreme because of who got hurt? Sure, but that could happen again next year. So you can't just sit back and say, yeah, Ben, we're just going to hope we're healthy, because hope is not a strategy. I do think they'll be okay cap-wise. They'll figure out the cap, because you know why? Because they always do.
Yeah,
they always find
I
a way
more
to,
so
to
say,
make
like,
room.
if you're trying to build depth and you got to restructure, are they going to be spenders in free agency after the last two that they picked up and they don't have a first-round pick? How are they going to go about this, bringing that back?
Yeah, I mean, they're gonna. Judy's got to do his part too, right? I mean, I'm sure we've talked the whole time. Oh, should they bring Matt back? Should they not? Well, what about Brian Gutekunst? Everybody give him a free pass? I don't think so. But he's got to do a better job as well. This year's draft class, it produced basically nothing, right? I mean, maybe, and part of that is the coach. Maybe the coaches are responsible for that. I don't know, but I mean, he better hit on some draft picks. I know you don't have a first rounder, but that doesn't mean you can't find guys in rounds 2, 3, and 4 that can come in right away and help. He's going to have to be economical in free agency, but effective. There's no reason you can't find week 2 free agents, not necessarily the guys that are signing week 1 or the first day for the blockbuster deals, but there's that second wave of free agency after the big names have all gone. There's no reason you shouldn't be able to find a cornerback there, maybe a backup tackle or a starting tackle there, maybe another tight end there. I mean, there's places that he can find players, and it's a big offseason for Brian Gutekunst as well as Matt LaFleur.
Yeah, now, I do want to know, you mentioned the foursome being able to work in unison and together. What's the real behind the relationship between Goody, Ball, and LaFleur? Do they work in unison, or is there a little bit of disconjointedness amongst those three? Because I think it's interesting that they met to make sure they all four.
Yeah, that is. Yeah, they met to talk about that.
Yeah, I think naturally, Kyle, and it's a really good question, but naturally, Brian Gutekunst and Russ Ball are going to work hand in hand, right? Because Brian's deciding what players he wants. And Russ, it's up to Russ Ball to make the contracts work and fit. So I think they're in unison there. The coaching staff is a little different story. They're a little bit on an island. They're not really involved in personnel decisions. I mean, we've seen it the last couple of years. The coaches don't even go to the combine anymore. And because Brian Gutekunst is not Matt LaFleur's boss, there's no necessarily accountability between those two guys or from one to the other, which is why I kind of thought the structure might go back to what it was. But Ed decided not to, and he must have felt comfortable in talking to those guys that they work well enough together. I would say this, it wouldn't hurt for them to work together better, right? Like, I mean, they could probably find some better working relationship there than maybe they've had in the past. I mean, it can't hurt to try to be a little bit more in stride with one another.
Do you think their success is obviously their success is tied at the hip, but do you think they are in Green Bay as long as each of them are in Green Bay?
I don't necessarily think that. It is interesting though, because their contracts have always run concurrently with one another, and I would assume that would be the case as soon as Gutekunst's deal gets done as well. But it would not be out of the realm of possibility for, let's say, what if the Packers have a bad year or 2 bad years next year, and it's Ed Policy deems it because of coaching that he could move on from that, keep Goody, and then give Goody the power, or the other way around. I mean, if he thinks Matt's doing a great job, but Goody's not giving him the right players, he could make a change at GM without making a change at head coach. It'd be hard to go to the old structure, though, if you did it that way. The only real way you can go back to the old structure is if you got rid of the coach and then gave Goody the power over the coach, or got rid of them both and started over.
Yeah, kind of got to the point, where I was trying to go is how do they get there? But, props to you, Rob, because I see on the Carlos Talking text line and on YouTube, at ESPN Milwaukee, at ESPN Madison, people are calling Kyle out for saying disconjointed.
Disjointed?
Disconjointed is not a word according to everybody.
Disjointed.
So the journalist and Rob Demovsky did a great solid not getting at you for that. Rob,
disjointed.
We appreciate the insight and enjoy any basketball games you head to over this weekend.
All right, guys. Thanks a lot. We'll be seeing you.
Rob Demovsky, ESPN NFL Nation reporter for the Green Bay Packers. We got to hear that quote from Giannis again. I mean, that was out of left field, and I need to do more digging in the break here, but Giannis is going day by day as it pertains to being a Milwaukee Buck. What the hell does that even mean? Next.
This is Kyle Brust Nortman.
Hey, Gabe, also, did you call us idiots?
Yeah, it's exactly what I called you. Yes.
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app. Whether it's live or in podcast form, you've heard us on air with all of our shenanigans.
Gabe, I'm throwing some... Why are you throwing... I don't want...
Now see your favorite 94.5 ESPN shows streaming on video.
By me, by the way. I hit that microphone like 4 out of 6 times on that.
Subscribe to ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube and get notified when we hit the air live. Plus, you can watch back any second that you miss and see original digital content too. Watch, listen, interact. ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
ESPN Wisconsin's Mark Tauscher, and if you're serious about getting more active this year, listen up. The Pickler in Menominee Falls is indoor pickleball, and it's for everybody, whether you're brand new or just trying to move more. Right now, they're offering free learn-to-play clinics every Monday and Saturday at noon. No experience, no gear. They'll teach you everything. So stop talking about your New Year's resolutions and go do something about it. Stop in at The Pickler in Menominee Falls or call the club for more details.
New year, new ride. Start 2026 in style at Cunis. Bring in the savings with amazing offers on all cars, trucks, and SUVs at your nearby Milwaukee Metro Cunis dealerships in Oak Creek, Greenfield, and Oak Chevrolet on West Metro Auto Mall. Trade in the old and drive into the new with huge incentives and rebates on all new in-stock cars, trucks, and SUVs from Chevrolet, GMC, and Buick. Better tech, better safety, better payments. Plus, we have pre-owned payments for every budget and over 2,500 pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs to choose from group-wide. And don't miss this month's service specials on brakes, tires, and oil changes.
I'm Scott Kunis, COO of Kunis Auto Group. We would like to invite you to take advantage of these great monthly specials. And remember that your vehicle will be covered by our exclusive No Fear Lifetime Powertrain Warranty, included with new and qualified pre-owned purchases. Call or stop in today for your VIP appointment.
New year, new ride. Start your search online at shopkunis.com.
It pretty much hurt doing anything. I couldn't ride a bicycle. You don't have your life because you don't have your mobility.
So when Patrick heard about QC Kinetics and their non-invasive regenerative treatments for pain, no waiting, he called them immediately.
There's no downtime. There's no rehab. That was the tipping point for me. I didn't have to take any drugs. I didn't have to rehab.
Before considering surgery, check out QC Kinetics all-natural treatment options that restore and repair damaged joint tissue in your knees, hips, shoulders, and back.
If you have knee replacement surgery, and then the knee is not yours, and there's no guarantee that that's going to be successful.
QC Kinetics. Patients around the country are raving about the results. They're getting back their mobility, taking back their lives with no downtime, no drugs, and no surgery. Don't wait. Call QC Kinetics today for your complimentary consultation.
Call QC Kinetics, 414-240-2298. That's 414-240-2298. 414-240-2298.
It's a new year, and everyone's talking resolutions. Eat better, move more, give up everything fun. Yeah, Carbless says you don't have to do that part, because when you reach for a Carbless, you're choosing a better for you cocktail. With 0 carbs, 0 sugar, only 100 calories, and full of flavor, you can stay on track with your New Year's resolutions without having to commit to dry January. Start 2026 with balance, not guilt. Your goals matter, and your fun does too. Carbless, your New Year's first good decision.
Don't you wish your life came with a warning app?
Stop. That dog does not want to be petted.
A heads up before something bad happens.
You should not send that text.
Uh-oh. Life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. With early diagnosis and a few healthy changes, you can reverse prediabetes and prevent or delay type 2 diabetes. To learn your risk, take the 1-minute test today at doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its Prediabetes Awareness Partners.
This is Kyle Brust Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin, ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube, and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
All right, so what the heck is going on in Bucks world? Because Kyle and Brad a couple segments ago glued their eyes to the TV during what is Kyle Brust Nortman across ESPN Wisconsin. And then we got a KBN Sports update from Alex Stro. I'm uneasy about this.
You need some context. Would context help you?
It absolutely would. Look, I know the trade deadline's in, like 2.5 weeks?
It's coming up.
Creeping up.
It's coming up. So this was after Monday's not super pretty win on MLK Day. Midday game against the Hawks up the street, in Atlanta. And they won, but it wasn't the prettiest, a little sloppy at the end. They had a big lead. They blew the big lead, and they were able to hang on for the victory over Atlanta on Monday. So ahead of tonight's big rivalry game, rivalry week in the NBA, against the Oklahoma City Thunder.
We beat them last time we played them in the NBA Cup.
That was last year.
Well, did we or did we not win?
Okay, anyway. So ahead of tonight's rivalry game, which they're dubbing it in the NBA, it's rivalry week and Bucks Thunder. I don't know. Anyway.
Big rivalry.
So he was asked this, and this is what we heard a little bit earlier if you're just joining us.
How confident are you'll finish the season with the Bucks?
I don't know. I take it day by day.
To CJ.
So that was that, right? But that's not the only thing.
I was going to say, there better have been a damn follow-up.
So that wasn't the only thing he said that caught people off guard after the win over the Hawks on Monday. So let's just listen. I'm going to keep the questions and all of these just because I think it's important to hear the context. But here's another clip.
Big J Stro.
It felt like a turning point when the fans in Milwaukee booed you and you booed them back. How did that moment feel in your heart?
Felt great. I don't know, for some reason I enjoy being the villain this year.
Even with your own fans?
It doesn't really matter with everybody. It doesn't matter. It just makes my motor go more. It makes me hungry when I play. It just makes me compete more. It doesn't matter. I just love playing basketball, and anything that can kind of spark my fire in me, I love it.
Oh, our players turned heel.
It's a full-blown heel turn.
Oh, my gosh.
It was always about, this very year against New York, what did we see Giannis do?
This is my city.
This is my city. This is my city.
Yeah, it's a full-blown heel turn.
And in the same breath, it's... I just love... I don't care if I'm the villain, whatever helps me get motivated to play basketball. If anyone's motivated to play basketball by just being who they are and what their foundation of who they've been as a young individual, coming from Greece with his story to the Bucks, this, I don't recognize this person. I really don't.
The only hope we had was that Giannis, out of the mercy and grace of his own heart, would feel bad enough for Milwaukee and the Bucks organization to stay here, even though there's no chance at winning an NBA championship. If he's already in his heart decided that he's willing to be the villain and he doesn't care about rubbing people the wrong way, it's over.
But a week ago, he said, I want to be in Milwaukee. I don't want to go anywhere. I'm not going to force, a trade.
Yeah, people say a lot of stuff.
I know, but the biggest thing with Giannis has always been his consistency.
Another piece of audio real quick.
Teams are holding off on their trade moves to see what happens with you, Giannis. How do you feel about that?
Can't control that. I can't control what other teams do, man. I just try to focus on my job, which is go out there and compete and try to win games.
Last week.
Yeah, he's done. The team sucks, and he understands it sucks, and he doesn't see any future. And so at this point now, he's just going through the motions, and he's going out there playing basketball. He understands. Here's the thing. This is the first time in a very, very long time. I'm talking, when was that? When the Bucks blew it in the playoffs against the Raptors, was that 2019? So this is the first time since maybe 2018, 2019, where Giannis knows that this team has no chance. Even last year, he said, okay, we get healthy, maybe we can do. He knows
they were 4-5 seed last year. I mean, it's still not horrible.
He knows that they're not winning a title, and this is big. I mean, it's been 7-8 years since he actually never had an opportunity to win a title. He is a completely different human being, completely different person, has different goals and aspirations. He thinks differently. What we are seeing is somebody who basically has reached the end of his line when it comes to this team, and he's just
on the YouTube chat. Dugio, Tony Cartagena, producer of the Analysis Show, came down to make sure there's no Thanasis slander.
That's funny.
He probably sees his basketball mortality in a way too. He's 31 years
Thanasis?
old.
Just kidding, Tony.
He's got probably 4 to 5 truly elite years left to get a championship. And, why spending on a team that stinks right now and there's really no good path forward to be a contender anytime soon?
So a lot of texts are coming in on the Carbless Talk and text line, seeing comments, reaction, but would you rather trade Giannis or hold till the end? Trade Giannis and hold is 50-50. In what universe would we ever see fans of Wisconsin vote yes, trade Giannis? Maybe 5% of people that are just misclicking, like I did earlier today. And then I'm done with him, man, on the Carbless Talk and text line. Like, this is the weirdest it's ever been. There's been moments where you could feel the mortality of Giannis and the Bucks, but this is the most direct he's been with, like, not connecting himself to the community, to the organization, right? It's kind of just about Giannis right now. It's not about Giannis and the Bucks. It's about Giannis when we hear from him.
Yeah, I'll tell you what it is. It's Rodgers all over again.
He's not as bad.
That might be a little bit far.
How long has it been now? It's been a year?
I would say the comparison that you could potentially make is, did he force the organization to keep guys that maybe they could have moved on at the peak of their value or higher value, like his friends of Brook Lopez?
But I'm explaining to you why fans are 50-50.
No.
It's because there is a fatigue with superstars that don't want to commit all in to the city that they're playing in. And this is...
And I'm taking it further with you because I think that you're right. And it's also the controlling of the team. Like, there is some parallels from that standpoint as well.
Well, I think that, like, if you rewind the clock 2 years ago, there was just like an implicit trust relationship. I think trust on both sides has probably been eroded. Both fans, Giannis, the organization, you just see it all crumbling before your eyes.
Yeah, I just
that takes a toll.
Is Haslam Goody here?
Haslam is worse than Goody.
Horst would be Goody.
I'm going to just tell you this right now. I see the writing on the wall. When he decided to have his wife, Mariah, and his kids stay in Athens and out in Greece, that was a sign of, y'all stay here just in case Papa ends up changing locations during the middle of the year. Let's just have you be in Greece for this. And then you see the move. Then you see the move from the president of the Bucks organization, Peter Fagan, no longer being the president of the Milwaukee Bucks.
You think that's directly related to Giannis?
I think, again, change is coming, right? Haslam is taking over. He puts his boy. I just think we're looking at a next chapter, and guess what? I think Horst just signed an extension, but Haslam has money out the wazoo.
Is it change for the better, though?
No, change is going to happen because the Bucks have run their course. That's what it is. They've exhausted.
I mean, the Giannis era has run its course.
They have exhausted every avenue to try to get a championship team, and at this point now we have finally found Miles Turner isn't working, Kyle Kuzma isn't working. Like all these pieces they tried to bring.
Oh, and by the way, they got to pay Damian Lillard for 18 years.
And the problem is too, it's not like you don't own your draft picks. Like you could stink and not even reap the lottery benefit of it through the draft.
When you're a small market team like Milwaukee that hadn't sniffed a championship in 50 years,
you keep doing what they did.
You do everything you can.
I agree. I'm not saying that would do anything different.
Fans will adjust. We'll adjust to the fact that we'll have a losing team again, and then we'll find hope 5 to 10 years from now. We'll be like the Detroit Pistons. Our childhood, the Pistons were Chauncey Billups, and then they suck for 15 years. The Pistons were awful. This is last year they were good, but this is the first year that they absolutely are balling now, but it took them almost 20 years to get there.
We'll be back in 2 minutes because I do want to replay, I think, the audio that really opened up my mind to where Giannis's head was. And then from there to what we've seen since then, Stro, I'll work with you and Tony to get a date on when this audio was presented. So this was in May of this past year of 2025. I think in 2 minutes, I think this is when we really got to see what was most important to Giannis beyond the loyalty that we have loved for so long. Kyle Brust Nortman continues with you in 2 minutes.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer, providing equal employment, development, and advancement opportunities to all teammates and applicants. To learn more about careers with us, please send an email to talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com. That's talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com.
When a trophy is raised, it can feel like the season's over, but on the ESPN app, it never really is. Because with more than 47,000 live events, plus originals, highlights, and coverage from every corner of the sports world, there's always something to dive into. No off-season, just everything a fan needs to keep going. Always in season, get all of ESPN all in one place. Download the ESPN app on your TV or phone today.
Hi, this is Michelle Voskel, CPA and team member at the Neal Group. Happy New Year. Hopefully you enjoyed the holidays and spent time relaxing. Now it's tax time. I know, it's not the most wonderful time of the year, wondering if you are getting a refund or money to the IRS or to the state, waiting for all the forms to come and wondering what is deductible. Control the situation instead of letting it control you. Let us help you understand all the new tax laws, how they affect you, and how to take advantage of them. Last year, we helped Janet and Norm go from owing $43,000 to getting a $500 refund. We can help you too. The first meeting is free. Call now, 414-325-2040, or visit nealgroup.net. You earned it. We help you keep it. That's 414-325-2040 or nealgroup.net.
Hey, this is Gabe Neitzel. You're listening to 94.5 ESPN, WKTI and WKTI HD, Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station.
Broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studio at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee. This is Kyle Brust Nortman, KBN on ESPN Wisconsin. Here's Kyle Wallace, Ben Brust, and Brad Nortman.
Kyle Brust Nortman with you on ESPN Wisconsin till 4 o'clock, till 5 o'clock on 94.5 ESPN. Alex Strove's running the show. 800-990-3776 is the Carbless Talk and text line. And, of course, get us on YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee and at ESPN Madison. Now, Giannis is going day by day as he's figuring out if he will be with the Bucks at the end of the season. But really, I think rewinding the clock is important here. When Giannis joined his brother Thanasis on Thanalis' show, which you can get on YouTube, subscribe, follow Thanalis' show on Instagram, Twitter, all the places. This is what Giannis had to say with his brother as they were, I believe, was this after the season? We're heading... So I was going to say heading into a playoff run is how I remembered it, or attempted playoff run. Here's Giannis Antetokounmpo.
That's in the past. And the way you won then, that's not the way you're going to win in the future, right? So that's in the past. Now we just got to create some new memories. So yeah, I'm trying to win a second ring, man. I really believe it. And I'll say this here. This is one of my goals. Like, everybody plays to win, but like, me not having a second championship, like, I look back at my career and everybody can say, oh, he had an incredible career, active Hall of Famer, first ballot, whatever. But like, me, my personal goal, like, if I'm not able to help my team win a second ring, like, I'm letting down myself. Like, I really want to win the second one. Hopefully I do it. Hopefully I'm healthy.
That's Giannis with his brother Thanasis on Thanalis' show. Second ring.
Never said who he's going to do it with. He just wants to get a second ring.
And he said new memories. Obviously,
said for himself.
Yeah.
Again,
let himself
it's a personal goal.
That's why I was talking last segment about, even from that to what Stro had played for all of us, it was a lot of like, are you okay being the villain? Yeah, I'm motivated for this. Like, everything used to tie back to the Bucks and the community and the organization and I have a home here. And now it's about what is best for Giannis. And I think it's fair for Giannis to do what's best for Giannis. But the hard part about living in Wisconsin is what's left over for the Bucks without Giannis is a big uncertainty, a big uncertainty. Like, in the comparison of a lot of our conversations about the Green Bay Packers. Say it was a different scenario. Ed Policy decided, as the new president, I don't want Matt LaFleur back. I don't think Kyle Wallace, and I don't want to speak for you, would be like, you know what? we're not going to be relevant next year, no matter who the coach is, because you have Jordan Love, you have Micah Parsons, you have a foundation to be successful. Yeah. That's the difference here. Is if Giannis does not want to be a Buck moving forward, what do the Bucks look like? And that is a scary proposition to think about.
Well, first of all, going back to Giannis, I don't blame him for wanting a second ring, especially in the NBA, more so than baseball and football and any other sport. We associate greatness and rankings, who's top 10, who's top 20, with rings. He's already done everything he possibly could individually. The only way he climbs the list, raises his level of greatness historically in the NBA, is more rings. When we bring up Michael Jordan versus LeBron, it's like, well, he's got more rings. So rings are the things that we use to value a career. So with Giannis saying, you know what, I want more rings, how can you blame him? That is the narrative that's been pushed. And with someone like that, and Ben, you can comment on this too, when you're playing at a high level.
Kyle can too.
Kyle can too, but
remember,
even more so.
I played on a national championship team too.
But you sat in the stands.
We think we're competitive people. I've never met such insatiably competitive people than playing in the NFL, right? I mean, it's just a different animal. And Giannis is among the most competitive people in the world. So to sit back and be on a team that struggles, I don't know how you could stomach it. But now it's going to fall on the Milwaukee Bucks to try to just wring as much juice as you can out of it, because you just can't let Giannis walk out the door for nothing. This is a one-time organizational reset, and you got to do what you can to do it. Try to do right by Giannis, but you got to do right by the Bucks. And I can't blame Giannis for wanting to go elsewhere because of that.
Is there anybody 800-990-3776 that would voice why you just try and do everything to keep him right now?
I mean, when you're the Bucks, you just don't. There's nothing more you can do.
I know.
This isn't L.A. Like when Kobe had to go through a rebuild, it was Los Angeles. All it took was a little bit of maneuvering of different pieces, and guys were going to sign to play with Kobe freaking Bryant. It's very different. This is Milwaukee, Wisconsin. If Giannis played in Los Angeles, he played in somewhere in Texas, he played in New York, it would be easier to attract guys. But at this point now, you're coming to play with Giannis, but it's hard just to want to come to play with Giannis. It's negative 14 degrees outside, and I love my city, but it's not that great. But then in addition to that, dude, look up and down this roster. You think when Giannis walks into the locker room and all he sees is his brother and Bobby Portis, that's it. His boys ain't here. It ain't the same energy.
Making memories, as he said in that clip. He's made them with the two people that are left from what was the biggest memory of his NBA career.
Yeah, when things change and the people around you change that you make such great memories you won titles with, you have a different level of connectedness to it. Giannis is connected to the city, but he is not connected to this roster like this because it's a whole bunch of new faces, man.
Let's go to Big Ed in Madison. Big Ed, you're on the Carbless Talk and Text line with KBN.
Guys, there's so many ways you could go at this situation. I think our GM is terrible. We're cash strapped. Giannis is just sick of the watching, like you guys are saying. I mean, there's no talent coming up there. I don't like our coach. I don't think our coach is the right coach for this team. I think he's playing a different brand of basketball, and we don't play defense like we used to. Budenholzer, when he was the coach, defense, defense, defense. How did we win those games with Budenholzer when we won the finals? It was defense. And when you start letting key pieces go, Drew, come on. I mean, that was huge. I mean, I don't like our owner. I think our GM. I mean, GMs. I don't know. I just don't like the process of watching our Bucks just slowly fade away into last place. I mean, we're lucky. We're lucky to get into the playoffs this year.
Well, thank you, Big Ed in Madison. I think you brought up a lot of things. Horst, whether you believe that Giannis had some influence or not, you could point some blame to him. But you also can point to the fact that he was aggressive and did bring in Drew Holiday after, he was aggressive in the trade market, which is why they are in a spot where they don't have picks. But they did waive Damian Lillard, and they put themselves in that cap hell. The talent underneath Giannis and what he looks around at every day when he walks in the building isn't there. There's a lot of people that don't believe in Doc Rivers. So I guess if you can refute any of those, that would be good if you could, because those are things that you'd be able to say to Giannis as to why, hey, man, there's no reason to force your way out of here, man. Look what we're building for you. But it's hard. I'd be curious of what someone could tell me as to why you would convince somebody who is Giannis Antetokounmpo that he should stay in Milwaukee when his number one goal is to win a second championship.
I mean, you really can't. The Bucks should be given some level of credit for taking big swings because they have. They've been active. They've been on the forefront of it between all the different trades, the Dame trade, Miles Turner, tried coaching changes. They're big hacks. But boy, they're big misses, aren't they? I mean, the only way you find yourself in this position where you have a generational superstar, someone that will never get like this again, is if you just botch move after move. So I can't blame them for intensity of the moves, but the execution of the moves, the way they turned out it's tragic. And we're just seeing this movie just collapse right in front of our eyes. So it's, you just enjoy the final moments of Giannis while you can.
I love Iron Jock, I can tell you that much. Love that I already packed my basketball clothes for tonight. Have the long sleeve that keeps me cool and less smelly.
Very cozy.
Very cozy.
Iron Jock got a mouth guard by chance? You could use one of those.
For all the times been hit in the mouth and I had to get stitches. I mean, I could go to ironjock.com and check that out. And if you do go to ironjock.com, you can get a pretty good opportunity here to get 30% off any purchase of over $75 when you use promo code ESPN30, and you'll also score a free 3-pack of Iron Jock socks at a $25 value. So 30% off ESPN30 at ironjock.com, and it's Iron Jock Gear giveaway time. Let's go caller 10 for the Iron Jock Gear giveaway. 800-990-3776. That's 800-990-3776. Caller 10, you're going to win some Iron Jock gear. Put Stro to work on those phone lines. We'll have Here Brett out in a in-person visit from Brian Anderson, voice of many things on television. Excited to have BA in studio with us. We're back with Here Brett out next.
This is Kyle Brust Nortman, KBN.
Homer. This might be the dumbest thing that he has to have said in his career.
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
We're starting off this afternoon with a little bit of a backup on westbound 94 as you're making your way from 27th Street to Mitchell Boulevard. Going to be a bit heavy through that stadium interchange. Eastbound 94, heavy ride too from 76th Street all the way to 68th Street. Other than that, for the most part, we're looking pretty good. Traffic is brought to you by Glenroy, now hiring. As the packaging industry rapidly grows, so does Glenroy. Apply today at glenroy.com/careers. That's GLENROY.com/careers. And check out the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast. Tonight, chance of snow, dusting to 1 inch of snowfall, blustery with a low of 9 above, wind chill of 0 to 5 below. Then tomorrow, increasing clouds, slight chance of flurries with a high of 18. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
All day, every day. The Carbless Talk and Text line is open for you.
First off, there is not one team that's on the fringe that scares me.
800-990-3776. The Carbless Talk and Text line. This is more.
Earth Justice is a national legal nonprofit fighting to save lives, protect our climate, and strengthen our economy through the shift to zero emissions. Visit us at earthjustice.org. Earth Justice, because the Earth needs a good lawyer.
Brewers mini ticket plans for the 2026 season are available now with 6-game, 12-game, and build-your-own plan options. You can pick or build the best plan for your schedule, whether you're gearing up for tailgates under the sun, the thrill of the home runs, or the eruptions of walk-off wins. Brewers mini plans have you covered for the 2026 season with specially discounted ticket rates and more exclusive perks in each plan. Check out all the mini plan options available for 2026 now at brewers.com/ticket plans.
Did you forget the first day of school is this week and little Nancy still needs her name embroidered on her backpack? Or the company shirts are due now, not next week? Maybe the boss just declared Steve's retirement party is today and the shirts are mandatory? Whatever the rush, Big Frog Custom T-shirts and more in Mequon has got you covered with fast turnarounds, no minimums, eco-friendly printing, and high-quality custom apparel. Big Frog brings your custom ideas to life fast. Stop by Big Frog in Mequon or visit bigfrog.com/Mequon. Big Frog Custom T-shirts and more, where your ideas leap to life.
Start the year moving, not hurting.
If your joint pain has been slowing you down, then listen up. There is a way to get real relief without surgery, without downtime, and without putting your life on hold. Dr. Ashley Caravelli and her team at QC Kinetics here in Milwaukee offer regenerative treatments designed to help your body repair the areas causing pain. Knees, hips, shoulders, or back, wherever it hurts. Instead of an invasive operation that takes you out of commission for months, these treatments are done right in the office. You walk in, you walk out, and you get on with your day. No 3 to 6 months recovery. Picture this instead. You're moving better, you're feeling stronger, actually planning the year that you want because you finally took care of that pain the smart way. Game-changing regenerative treatment from QC Kinetics. January is your clean slate, so make it count. Call now for your free consultation at QC Kinetics. Call 414-240-2298. That's 414-240-2298. 414-240-2298.
Grab the dial and crank it up, baby, because Potawatomi Casino Hotel Milwaukee is spinning its Winning Hits collection. Over the next 3 months, you could win a share of over $1 million in prizes. On top of thousands in cash and reward play, you could win one of 3 new Ford vehicles in the grand finale drawings on March 27th. Just play with your rewards card to earn entries. Press play on the Winning Hits collection, only at Potawatomi. More info online. Must be 21 and a rewards member to play.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Kyle, Brust, and Nortman across ESPN Wisconsin. 800-990-3776 is the Carbless Talking text line. A lot going on in the state of Wisconsin. We'll have Luke Fickell appearing on Wilde and Tausch tomorrow at around 10 a.m. Giannis's future is... who knows? Matt LaFleur is back. Who's going to be his coaches? But more importantly, 800-990-3776 in the Carbless Talking text line. Get ready to give your thoughts on Hear Brad Out.
They say punters are people too.
Punters are worthy of breaking news.
No, really, that's what they say.
Raising awareness everywhere that punters are people too.
Okay, let's go to it. Time to hear from the punter. Time to hear Brad out.
All right, guys. There's some drama that's seeping into the sporting world.
Where were you?
All right, guys.
Ben's not even paying attention.
He's had a Snapchat today. Giannis
Okay,
news.
that no context sounds horrible.
Yeah, he's sending people DMs on Snapchat that they don't want.
I didn't even want.
All right, guys. All right.
All right, guys. All right.
There's drama that's seeping into the sports world. It made me think about it with this whole Matt LaFleur, Ben Johnson thing. We've got handshake drama, boys. Handshake drama that is not just in Chicago and Green Bay, but Carson Beck making headlines for just walking right off the field for the national championship game. And who forgets the verbal exchange that the Jags and 49ers had? It's always been this weird type of situation that's unregulated. We don't really know what's going on. So I've got a solution for the handshake issues that's seeping its way into sports, and it's something we're all very familiar with. Who remembers handshake lines when you were in high school or you were in middle school?
College basketball.
Joe
Crabtree got punched in one of those.
Bo Ryan and Tom Crean fast handshakes.
Who? Yeah. Now that
is Brad doing the thing again? Let me tell you guys about handshakes.
Have you guys ever heard of handshake lines? Right? We all did.
He did. Right. Good call out, Stro.
But now this is the solution that we need in football. In high school, you did it. You go through the long lines, but we need it in the NFL. We need it in college football. It's unregulated and it's causing chaos. So here's how it's going to work. The captains get in line first. So the captains any given team, that's Jordan Love, Micah Parsons, and Xavier McKinney. They're going to start at the 50-yard line. We're clapping hands. Good game, respect. I see ya, kid. And if you want to circle back to chat with people, you can go ahead and do that. But this is a way that you can avoid the awkwardness, the craziness of trying to whose hand should I shake? Whose hand should I not shake? It's also an equal playing field. I can't tell you how many times, guys, when I was a player, I'd love to go shake hands with Tom Brady and Aaron Rodgers, but I'm not going to go and
just for their autograph too, Brad.
Hey, what's up, Tom? Hey, what's up, TB12? What's up, A-Rod? I can't do that. This is a way for everybody to shake hands with one another, even the lowly punters with the great quarterbacks at the time. And here's the other thing. gloves are off. I want flesh to flesh. I want hands shaking hands. I want there to be closeness. I want there to be a true respect in these handshake lines. It's civil. It forces closure. It eliminates the tough guy. I'm just walking out of here. They even do handshakes at the coin flip. So I want to implement an NFL rule straight down from the top, straight up from the commissioner, that at the end of games, handshake lines.
Stupid.
You take your gloves
How many fights
off.
would break out?
No, it wouldn't. It'd be civil. It'd be talking
fights
about good
break
games.
out in high school when it comes to the handshake line.
No,
Now, imagine
not-
grown men who've
that's
been
the
going
other
hard
part.
at it.
In a
Referees-
barbaric sport.
Yeah.
Referees hovering around the outside.
Oh, yeah,
making
what
sure
are they
that
gonna
there's
do?
No riffraff going on.
Yeah, the referees are going to stop everything like they were able to get everyone off the pile.
Yeah, that's right. Suspensions at hand if you were too much riffraff going on in those handshake lines. Handshake lines, you'll shake everyone's hands. No
I've actually
drama.
heard NFL players talk about how they respect that NHL players can just fight, and when they're done fighting, they just stop and break it up.
Yeah,
like
That's part of the NHL culture, though.
So why are you trying to make this part of the NFL culture?
Because respect is something that's universal. I believe that in hockey they also do handshake lines.
I think they do after they
Only at the end of the playoff series.
Yeah, so at the end of the game, you go ahead and you do a handshake line.
Here, I got a better idea, and it has nothing to do with handshake lines. With all the beef and drama, you know how when fighters fight, they square up and take pictures and, like, you know, they hype it up?
Yeah, before.
Nose to nose.
The way
When Stefanski and Baker Mayfield play, when Robert Saleh and Liam Cohen play, when Ben Johnson and Matt LaFleur play, if there's beef, you pick out two people, and they have to do a press conference sitting next to each other.
Yeah, that's not bad, but
would be interesting.
Yeah. Way
I'm
better
in
than a
on that.
handshake
I'm in
line.
on that.
Thanks, Stro.
that's not bad. I mean, it takes a little extra time.
But the NFL is all about drama,
Would you put them shoulder to shoulder like they do?
Yes,
with
they're
fighters,
next.
how they're
They're
nose
next to
nose?
each other at the presser.
We would air every minute of that press conference.
Ben Johnson, Matt LaFleur next to each
We'd
other.
air
The
every single
tension
second of it.
palpable. Are
That's
you
actually a
kidding
really
me?
good idea. That's a good hear Ben out. That's a really good hear Ben out.
It would be
Get in
good.
the same room with your arch rival in public, recorded.
Very forced. I mean, boxing matches, you have so many months that leads up. This is week to week. That's a lot of time.
Yeah, but it leaves for a lot of drama to occur.
I mean, do the coaches have time for this? Do they do it Saturday, day before a game?
They got time on Saturday and Friday. Fridays and Saturdays.
Yeah. I get to have another meeting before the game day.
Ron and the Key, you're on the Carbless Talking text line with KVN.
You guys beat me to a lot of the criticisms of Hear Brad Out, namely asking us if we knew what a handshake was.
You ever heard of that, Ron?
So I'm just going to leave Hear Brad Out alone so I don't miss my other points. On Giannis, I've just come to the acceptance that he's gone. I just want the Bucks to A, make him say the quiet part out loud, and B, you just hold pat at the best offer possible. You don't let him dictate where he goes because you'll get less for him. And then shout out to Greg for making the 40 under 40 list and Ben for trying to put himself on a different kind of list. Thank you for the call.
All right, let's go to Josh and Kenosha. You're up on the Carbless Talking text line. Let's slow down. Like, now you're going too far now. Damn.
Ron's throwing strays. Brad.
Yes.
Have you watched the NHL playoffs?
Clearly not.
What about the NHL
handshake
playoffs?
lines at the end of the series? So I love your idea. Let's make it a thing for real. I absolutely love it.
That's
yeah,
right.
Nothing like thinking about Mike Evans and Lattimore back in the day, fist fighting each other and then going through a handshake line after the game.
That's
like,
right.
They would just punch each other in the face again.
Richard Sherman and Michael Crabtree.
What are we doing here?
Don't you want to see that? The cameras would pan as they come to meet one another at midfield. That would be thrilling.
Your boy Josh Norman, who I believe you played with.
I did play with Josh Norman.
That wouldn't go well for him.
Why?
He'd get in a fight every week.
Isn't it? Well, it's either going to squelch the beef or it's going to rise it, which is going to be more must-see TV.
Don't use the word squelch in this scenario. That's not a good word choice here.
Yeah,
squash.
Squash. That's a good
Not that either. Not who's going to get squashed.
Yeah, I agree.
Amplify it.
I agree. I think it's stupid.
Brad, I know you only punted for a lot of money. And the intensity.
What is that? I held as well.
You held. I mean, the level
held
of
on field goals.
You didn't go to battle and like hit people the whole time and get annoyed by that.
I got tackles.
Yeah, okay, yes. The level of intensity.
Kyle. Tackles.
Yeah.
The
Recorded.
The level of intensity is a little bit more hostile for other guys, right?
Do you think it should be healthy though for everyone?
No, I want to shake hands. I like what they do
hand
now.
to hand.
Say what up.
Take
Dap
the
up
gloves
who
off.
you want to. Ask for a jersey. And
AJ says, who's going to hand out the orange slices and juice boxes after the handshake line?
I mean, there are Uncrustables in the locker room.
I'm sure
Denver Broncos made headlines for eating like 2,000 Uncrustables a couple of years ago.
Wow, I'm glad they got rid of that.
Alex Strofe almost did that at the American Family Championship.
He did.
Yeah, that was different. Kid's different. He's grown.
Have
now.
you had an Uncrustable since then?
I have not.
You had 6 of them?
It's almost like when you have that.
6, 7, yeah.
Nice. It's almost like when you have the like cheap alcohol as a freshman or a sophomore.
Bro, I don't know how I did it.
You can't ever look at that bottle that
Can't look,
ever again.
Smell.
Yeah,
You get that smell. There's some bottom shelf
Remember that blue,
stuff.
that blue vodka that like looked like
UV blue.
Yeah.
I had
that's
worse
it.
than that. I had Skull.
Isn't that tobacco?
Ron Diaz.
Oh, I had bottles of that in our room.
Would you do it now?
Whew, boy, I tried drinking Fleischmann's one time.
Fleischmann's.
Boy,
That's a good one.
That's a good one.
It went down and came right back up. My buddy said, absolutely not.
I know what this is, and it reminds me of a time I didn't enjoy, or I enjoyed, but my body didn't.
Shout out to the young kids that drink whatever.
Southern Comfort.
Oh, I can still rock with that.
Really?
Yeah.
Come on, Stroke. You got more taste than that.
Does he?
It's not my
Does he have the
go-to,
budget
but-
for it?
I just got chills thinking about all that. But shout out to all these great companies.
Joining us coming up next here on Kyle Brust Nortman in person, a very special guest. You hear him on the TV broadcast, you hear him on NBA broadcasts, college basketball broadcasts, national MLB broadcasts. I'm probably missing a couple things as well because he's everywhere. He's the best. He's the man. He's Brian Anderson. BA joins us next on Kyle Brust Nortman.
You're listening to Kyle Brust and Nortman, KBN.
Call me daddy.
That just sounds.
It's just, yeah.
like.
Call me
cut
daddy.
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
We've got westbound on 94, still heavy from 27th Street through the stadium to about Mitchell Boulevard. Eastbound's just got that little pocket of heavy traffic right around 70th Street. Southbound 43, tightening up a bit through the Marquette interchange onto the high-rise bridge. And that's pretty much it. The only incidents that we've got out there are a few broken down vehicles. We do have a broken down semi-tanker on northbound 43, right about at just north of Mequon Road. It's off on the right shoulder, though. But if you do come around that corner there, you see that's pretty much what it is. And as they get that stuff out of there, hopefully everything will get a lot easier. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast tonight. Chance of snow, dusting to 1 inch of snowfall. Blustery, though, it'll be a low of 9 with the wind chill of 0 to 5 below. Tomorrow, increasing clouds, slight chance for flurries, a high of 18. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Something exciting is happening at St. Kate the Arts Hotel. On the second floor, you'll find the Studio Kitchen and Cocktails, Milwaukee's destination for bold flavors, fresh sushi, seasonal entrees, and cocktails crafted with care. Start your day with a breakfast that fuels you, stop in for dinner that sparks conversation, or linger late into the evening with drinks designed to inspire. With flavors and drinks for every mood, the Studio is the perfect place to gather, celebrate, and connect. Be boldly social. The Studio Kitchen and Cocktails, now on the second floor at St. Kate the Arts Hotel.
It's time for the Marquette Minute on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Matrix Basements.
Marquette pulled off a wild one at Fiserv Forum, beating Providence 105-104 in overtime thanks to a career night from Nigel James Jr., who dropped in 38 points and dished out 8 assists in a gutsy performance. Head coach Shaka Smart proud of his freshman point guard.
He did just a really good job playing with poise, and it is not easy when you're playing almost 42 minutes. We're asking you to guard, and I just thought he got stronger as the game went on, which which is rare for a freshman.
The Golden Eagles improved to 7-13 overall and 2-7 in Big East play, snapping a 3-game skid and getting balanced offense from 5 double-digit scorers. Up next, Marquette hits the road Friday night to face Butler, looking to build on this dramatic win.
This has been the Marquette Minute on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Matrix Basements. Visit gomarquette.com/matrix to enter to win 4 tickets to National Marquette Day Saturday, February 7th when Marquette hosts Butler.
Life's better with Drive My Way from American Family Insurance because we know it's more than just a car. It's your escape pod, your adventure mobile, your memory maker. And we help protect the dreams that drive you. Personalize what you pay for auto insurance and you could save between 10 and 35%. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products pricing and availability vary based on the way you purchase insurance and by state. Unsafe driving behaviors may increase your rate. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Homer here with a message about 3 Pillar Senior Living Communities located on a serene setting along the Bark River on 300 gorgeous acres. 3 Pillar Senior Living Communities is a top-ranked full continuum community. Active adult, independent living, assisted living, memory care, skilled nursing, and rehab. 3 Pillars, the hands-down choice for you or your loved one. Been there. Know people who live there. They love it. You got to go to Dousman and see it in person. Get all the info on 3 Pillars at 3pillars.org.
Hi, this is Leanne Womack. I fell in love with country music as a child listening to my dad spin records at a radio station. I always dreamed of hearing my own songs on the radio. I set a goal and achieved it. You can do anything if you set your mind to it. Never let anyone tell you it's impossible. So if you have the chance to sit it out or dance, I hope you dance.
This message brought to you by the U.S. Air Force.
This is Kyle Brust Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin, ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube, and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Do it again. 2 balls and a strike. Caratini, center field, hit well. Ortega launches in, fly out of here! It's a 3-run walk-off homer!
I can listen to that over and over again, but luckily we get to hear the voice in person. It's Kyle Brust Nortman across ESPN Wisconsin. Alex Strove's running the show. 800-990-3776 is the Carbless Talk and text line. List is more. And you can see us on YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee and at ESPN Madison. And welcoming into the show is Brian Anderson. Man, seeing you locally is great because you're all over the place now.
Yeah, I am. I feel like I'm all over the place right now, too. It's been a busy run switching back over to college. Back where I first got to know you, calling 30 Big Ten Network games when you were dominating.
Can you believe that was 12 to 13 years ago, though, which is crazy.
Was that it? Was it that long ago?
Yeah, 2014 was my last year, and we're in 2026, so It's fascinating to think.
I love that team. I loved you guys, man. That was one of my favorite teams, and I love that job. Because when I worked for Big Ten Network, I always told the bosses there, hey, I'll do as many games as you want, but only games I can drive to. So it was Northwestern, Purdue, and Illinois, maybe Iowa, and Madison.
Look at that poll.
Yeah.
Look at that poll.
I mean, that is influence.
Well,
right
it was
there.
more like all the snow and the winter. I'm like, I don't want to be flying around everywhere. But I called a lot of those games and a lot of your games. So now I'm back in college. I haven't done college regular season since I signed a deal with TNT Sports, I think 2017, and it took me out of the regular season college games because we didn't have it. We only had March Madness. So this is our first year back. We lost the NBA, which is sad, and I miss it. Yeah. But we picked up a massive calendar of games on. We do Big 12, we do Big East, obviously, and so it's been great.
Marquette.
I've already done probably 20 games, and we'll end up doing 36, mostly with Grant Hill, but we're doing a ton of games. I have a Marquette game next week, actually, next Tuesday. So it's been a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to the tournament now that I've called all this regular season.
Well, I'll tell you what, Brian, the pitch clock and the way that baseball has gone over the last couple of years, like it is what I live and it is what I love in the summer.
Yeah.
So getting a chance to talk to you right now as someone who still is locally involved with the Milwaukee Brewers, calling national games in the MLB. What are we heading towards here? As you see, obviously the success of the Brewers has been so fun. What they did last year, the 14-game winning streak, franchise record, getting to the NLCS. Are we heading towards a better summer for you in terms of free time in 27, or where do we see this for the future?
I don't know. I mean, are you talking labor agreement, or are you talking about the team?
Labor agreement.
It kind of go a lot of ways. The Brewers,
because everyone wants a salary cap here.
I sure do after seeing what the Dodgers keep doing.
I'm surprised you said that. You being a former high-level athlete.
Well, I never got to a spot where I could demand it.
Nobody wants a salary.
Let's not cap that.
Not everybody wants a salary cap. Scott Boras does not want a salary cap. I can promise you that. The baseball union, the players' union, is the strongest union that's probably ever been created, and they have a long history of success. And I don't think that's going to change, but also the economics of baseball is changing. So, you don't have to worry about that for 2027, though. It'll make good talk show fodder, and you can make predictions and hot takes, but everything you hear from either side, whether it's Tony Clark's side on the player side or Rob Manfred's side on the baseball side, it's all just fodder for the ether because it's grandstanding a little bit, it's positioning, it's a negotiation. So what I would recommend, it's not the greatest thing for a sports talk show, but I would recommend you kind of ignore all that.
Business as usual.
Yeah, because it doesn't matter. It's not really something that's going to really come into effect until 2028. That would be the leverage. Now, I guess the players could, if they feel like a strike is coming, they could do what they did in '94 and cancel the rest of the season. That would be their leverage. I don't think that's going to happen. Nobody wants to talk about that. There's too much money involved. They'll get something worked out. It may be.
I just want baseball,
painful.
Brian.
Yeah, of course. And baseball is really popular right now, and it's the regional level of baseball's never been stronger. The game's never been in a better place. The technology of the game, all the changes you mentioned that have been a roaring success. And, it's made the game really good and tight and fun. And the Brewers are really good and fun. And so I think that's what we'll just stick with for 2027.
Yeah, Brian, gosh, when I hear your voice, I just think of summer moments. Growing up here, watching the Brewers, I just hear your voice, I think of summer. I think of all the great moments that the Brewers have given us. But I want to hear about your favorite moments. I want to hear about your favorite moment you ever called calling Brewers and non-Brewers.
Yeah, I get that question a lot. By the way, my wife says I'm the voice she takes a nap to. So
that's a compliment.
Probably true for a lot of people out there listening too. I don't really have a favorite. I think that's kind of, I would say, for the fans too, because your favorite may be something that connects you to your family, your father, your mother, your brothers, like whatever. And that may be a time signature, a time stamp, and something that you remember. So I don't really have a favorite. I know there are like certain moments, the window of CC Sabathia in 2008, all of that was going on with him. So that 3 months, actually, I've kind of pitched a documentary about that I would like to see done because I think not only was it a great moment for Wisconsin, changed the arc of the organization, also from a global perspective, CC was just that kind of player. So that window is one of my favorites. That was 2008. Obviously, Ryan Braun hit a bunch of home runs in that 2008 season, his MVP year in 11, Prince Fielder's 50 homer season. So there are all these little snapshots. I think Yelich has had some great moments, his MVP year. I do think the last call of the last game of the season in 2008 would probably be my favorite, even though at the time it was only my second year. And so I really didn't quite understand the gravity of it. I had a feeling, and you're told all these things, but man, when it happens and it's 26 years without a playoff appearance,
crazy,
and now it's over.
Special.
And what really got me was my partner Bill Schroeder in the middle of this call, which was a ground out to end the game, and now I put the Brewers in a position. CC was on the mound. He finished the game. Pitching on 3 days rest.
Yes,
for
I remember that.
Fifth straight time. The greatest horse that ever was. But But I remember Bill Schroeder just saying, yes, and so it's not my call, but I kind of, and he never does that. Like Rock never interrupts calls. He's very good about just, and Ben, from your work as an analyst, you kind of want to lay out in those moments for the play-by-play guy to call it. But Rock just couldn't help it, man, and I loved it. And so that's one of my favorites. Obviously, a lot of the clinching moments, those are all great. So sorry to be around the bush on that, but I don't really have a favorite, singular moment.
Well, I
that
think
trip down memory lane,
even just
great memories for me.
Even just the gaps you gave of moments in different periods. I mean, I know Kyle and Brad and all of us can put yourself in a spot.
I feel so lucky because honestly, before you got here, I think Darren Sutton was before you, and Matt Vasgersian was before. The Brewers have had incredible announcers, and I want to know what made you want to stay here in Milwaukee. I mean, you have gotten so many great opportunities that you spoke to about. Steph Curry. I mean, you're calling Steph and breaking records. And so what made you want to say, I want to still be with the Milwaukee Brewers? Yeah,
well, I love it. I mean, I've never I just had dinner with Matt Vasgersian Friday, by the way, in New York. He's a great friend, and he was he was the guy that helped me get the job, really. When Darren left, Matt had made a few phone calls. I was working for Golf Channel, so, Matt and I were in the minor leagues together. It was my first year in San Antonio. It was his last in El Paso, which was a Brewers affiliate. And so we got to know each other then, 1994, and we've been great friends ever since. And Matt was really one of the main reasons why I got the job. And, obviously I had done a ton of baseball games. I had been working for the Golf Channel and the Spurs run that I was with them was their greatest run. I was there for 4 of their 5 championships. So that was helpful. I was the sideline reporter back then, so I was the Sophia Minert of the Spurs back in those days. But, when I got here, guys like Matt and Uke and Jim Powell was the radio announcer at the time. Everybody just loved Milwaukee, and especially Bob Uecker. And he was a guy that I just, idolized and looked up to. And we would end up playing golf, and, he loved to play golf. And I was coming from the Golf Channel, so I was playing a lot of golf. And we would talk about Milwaukee and, hearing him from his lens just kind of inspired me to, not only did the Brewers give me a chance, and I'm very loyal to that and very appreciative of that, and we'll never forget that. I was in the minor leagues for 9 years. I couldn't get out of the Texas League, and it was hard to get a major league job, so much so I quit doing baseball for 4 years when I left and did the Golf Channel. So for the Brewers to, bring me back in and realize, all right, well, this is a kid that maybe could fit here. That was a very risky move on their part. Tyler Barnes, Rick Schlesinger, obviously Mark Atanasio, and a guy named Bill Mendel who works with Mark. That was risky on their part. I remember the headline in the Journal Sentinel was, Brewers hire golf announcer.
Yes.
I
remember,
what branding. It's the worst, worst headline you could possibly
You should frame that. Put it in the basement.
And the byline under it was, as if the Brewers couldn't be more boring. So anyway, but the Brewers got good.
Your wife treats you like a golf announcer anyway.
Yes, let's go to 15. So I think the reason why is my family. My daughter was in second grade. She's 26 now. My wife was a school teacher. We got here and we just fell in love with the place. And I'm a 6th generation Texan. So believe me, there was 98 inches of snow the first year I was here. I thought the Discovery Channel was outside. We're going to die if this car breaks. You wouldn't believe I was packing all this stuff in my car, first aid kits and food for 3 years. Yeah, like beans and a
prepping.
And now you don't even have a jacket.
No,
negative
out jacket. So, but we just came to love it in our community. We live in Lake Country. We love it out there, and that's why. There was no dramatic moment. I have been pursued by a number of teams. I'm not saying that to garner any favor. It's just it's always been a quick no, and we've always really loved Milwaukee. And I'm very thankful the Brewers have worked with the national networks, whether it was Fox back in the day and the last 18 years with Turner Sports, now TNT Sports. They've been good about that, and not a lot of markets are. But my bosses have, and they've let me spread my wings a little and go do national television. But I've always been able to do both, and that's just because they've allowed me to do both.
We're talking with Brian Anderson of many things, but you'll hear him call college basketball. He'll be on the March Madness broadcast, and obviously locally for some games here on TV for the Milwaukee Brewers. This is Kyle Brust Nortman across ESPN Wisconsin. A year ago Friday was the 1 year of Euchre's passing.
Oh, yeah.
And I just would love to know the impact that he had on you and what you carry from him still.
Yeah, I mean, it was an interesting impact because we never talked broadcasting, ever. We never talked about the mechanics of broadcasting, what makes a great play-by-play guy. Never, not once. And I spent a lot of time with him on the buses, on the golf course, in cars. And he never thought of himself as a broadcaster. He thought of himself as a player and a former player who did broadcasting, and he did it at a Hall of Fame level, and he knew he was good at it. But he also would give you the impression that he didn't care much about it, which is not true because he did care, but it came off so easy for him, and his memory and all of the things that made him great, his delivery, his voice. He had a great rhythm to him that we would all study as broadcasters. And so the fact that he didn't even know that, it was always fascinating to me. But I tried to engage him a few times early, in a couple of broadcasting conversations, just like you did with me when you wanted to get into broadcasting, and I very regularly do that with young announcers. But Uke never did that. But his impact was more just the gravity that he was. He was just a vortex, and the people that I've met because of Bob Uecker, it's shocking. Generals and actors and just famous people. And that was really probably the biggest impact. But we did talk a lot about the ecosystem of a Major League Baseball team, who to be good to, who not to piss off, things like that. That was a pretty firm list. So there was a lot of that in the beginning, and that helped me a great deal. And he was sort of instrumental in helping me get the job. We had a mutual friend, and he didn't necessarily know who I was, but he did say to the Brewers front office that there's this kid, he's got a demo materials are there, just give him a look. I don't know anything about him. So, I'm thankful to him for that all those years. And then to see him go through a lot of the health issues in the 2010s, 11 range, and, we almost lost him then, and, they loaded him up full of pig valves, and he had all kind of health problems, but he was still showing up to work, and he was like delivering, and he sounded great. I think just the everyday Eddie part of Uke was what I loved the most about him. He showed up to do his job, and he did it great. He did it in such a special manner that, there was no bad days. There was no days off. He delivered every single day. And you think about how many years when he finally got to the point where he couldn't do all the games, that really affected him because he was an everyday Eddie. And for my first 10 years, he was on the buses, he was on the road, he did every game. Through the Carson years and the shows, he would break off and miss games, and we would have those conversations when I was having to miss games and feeling bad about that because of national network. And he was doing, back in his day, he was doing the national games as well and working for NBC or ABC. So he was helpful in that regard, but it was almost just like soaking up the osmosis of what he was, the everyday part of it.
And another loved figure, the two-time NL Manager of the Year, Pat Murphy, right? A lovable guy who's produced a lot of results here. In this state of baseball and what they were able to accomplish last year, what does he bring that people and fans of the Brewers can go into next year thinking they can even go further than what they did last year?
Yeah, I mean, he's great. I love Murph. He's the real deal. He's an authentic person. He speaks from the hip. He's great for players. You would love playing for Murph. Like you would have, because he's kind of.
Does he swear at you like Bo?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Exactly like Bo. But he also loves on you, and he, it's very similar to Tom Izzo, because Izzo, you may see some of the visuals. Now Murph's not outwardly on a big leaguer like Izzo is to his players or Bo was to you guys, Bo Ryan. But, you can't do that to big leaguers. But, he cracks them, and he cracks them in a good way, holds them accountable. But I will say this, like coaches, and I know you guys probably every day talk about Matt LaFleur and the Packers, but coaches, managers, they do have an impact, but it's not the kind of impact that moves mountains. Players are the ones who make it happen. Now, there can be a culture set up, and it's the manager to his coaches, and the freedom to express or freedom to try ideas, the ability in Milwaukee to play Isaac Collins in left field. You could probably do that in 3 other markets besides the Brewers market in Milwaukee. You couldn't do that. Well, you found out, for a good chunk of the year, he was a Rookie of the Year candidate, and he's been traded. So the point is, he creates the ecosystem that's going to be readily available for you as a player to succeed and feel comfortable. That's what he does. But it's ultimately about the players. And so credit Matt Arnold for bringing in the kind of players, but then credit the players for developing themselves up and being better than everybody thought. They play with that chip on their shoulder. I think Yelich deserves a lot of credit, probably more than he gets. I think Pat Murphy would be the first to tell you that. But like your team's been, Bo is a great coach, Hall of Fame coach. But, you guys all developed up together. You were your own coaches. You lifted each other. You were a great family. You knew when the pick-me-ups were needed, and you knew when the teardowns were needed as well. So I think that's
give me my water if you're fine with sharing my saliva.
No, I'm okay.
No, don't do that. You need to keep that voice going.
Yeah,
you don't want whatever that is.
I will just wrap it up. The Murph. I don't want to discount his role. I think fans should understand it's the players, and we have great players in Milwaukee.
Well, Brian Anderson, we appreciate the time. I'm sure we kept you long enough based off, can we get the guy water on the way out, Trophy? So thank you so much for the time. And again, look forward to hearing you throughout college basketball season as we get pitchers and catchers, and we'll be seeing you, all right?
Can't wait. We got pitchers and catchers happening soon.
Yeah.
Very soon.
Yeah.
Love it.
We can't wait. I'm going to be doing more games this year, by the way.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'm up in my games total, because I don't have the NBA playoffs anymore. So.
Can you give us a number so we can get excited?
I can't give you a number.
All right, more games for Brian Anderson.
Sketching it out with Jeff Levering, whatever Jeff's going to allow me to do this year.
Oh, the tides have turned. Well, thank you, Brian, and we will talk to you soon and be listening to you.
All right, Ben, thanks.
More Kyle Brust Nortman on the other side across ESPN Wisconsin.
This is Kyle Brust Nortman, KBN.
But I got a bone to pick with Strofe next. More
bone
questions?
to pick? I have a question, yeah. How are babies made?
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app. Stay up to date on the Green and Gold all off season. The Green and Gold Fix podcast is brought to you by Potawatomi Casino Hotel. Luxury stay, elite play, unwind in sophisticated comfort. Win big, dine, and experience the events in Milwaukee.
Earth Justice is a national legal nonprofit defending the environment and people's health. Until justice stands for all, our lawyers will never rest. More at earthjustice.org/neverrest. Earth Justice, because the earth needs a good lawyer.
Is it time to buy an engagement ring?
Or a big anniversary diamond?
Kessler's has diamonds that come from diamond mines.
And we also have diamonds that come from plasma chambers.
When you see the size of the diamond you can afford when you look at our high-tech newborn created diamonds,
you're going to be happy, happy, happy.
And with approved credit, our financing plans make anything possible.
Our selection of engagement rings is beyond compare.
And our custom design department can modify any ring in any way you choose.
Anyone who says they can give you a better ring
or a better diamond
or a better price
has never been to Kessler's.
And our miraculous no small print warranty says,
if you bought it at Kessler's, it's guaranteed.
It's just that simple.
And all maintenance is free forever.
No charge.
Yes, it really is that miraculous.
You found a partner you want to share your life with.
When you're ready to celebrate,
we've got a diamond for that.
Find the Kessler's nearest you at KesslersDiamonds.com.
Did you know Professional Construction Inc. has an in-house team of interior designers? We're excited to bring our expertise to you with our brand new virtual interior design program. Maybe you're not ready for a full construction project, but you are ready to refresh that outdated room. Our PCI design team creates stunning photorealistic renderings, a mood board, and a curated shopping list, all delivered to you in just days.
For all your construction and design needs,
visit professionalconstructioninc.com.
Without an Advent clinic nearby, people suffering needlessly from chronic nasal congestion and sinus infections would be stuck with either Band-Aid or sledgehammer solutions. Band-Aids are pills or nasal sprays, and they're not true solutions. Surgery is a sledgehammer, and that's what we're trying to avoid. Because most people don't need surgery for nose and sinus issues, nor do they want a 14-day recovery. Our unique Advent approach can, in 20 minutes in our office, open your blocked nose for good, with only 1-day recovery. I'm Advent founder Dr. Kandula. Outside of Advent's 4 walls, invasive surgery is what they'll recommend. But here, you will find effective and convenient in-office solutions to help you stop the need for Band-Aids and avoid the sledgehammer.
Go to adventknows.com to schedule your appointment, because Advent knows when you breathe well, you live better. Most insurance accepted.
The only thing that tops our selection is your savings discount liquor.
According to Time Magazine, Gen Z is drinking 20% less alcohol than all previous generations. Hi, this is Marie from Discount Liquor. Over our 65 years in business, we've stayed up on all the trends, where you'll always find 2,000 varieties of beer, 4,000 types of liquor, and over 8,000 wines. We now also stock over 100 varieties and growing of THCA, CBD, and Delta-9 non-alcoholic specialty infused drinks. So whether you're experimenting with the latest wellness trend, or you just want something in your fridge that your college kid can call you cool for, come check out our expansive selection. And while you're at it, you do deserve that bottle of bourbon. Discount Liquor in Milwaukee on 51st in Oklahoma, and in downtown Waukesha on Barstow and Maine.
The only thing that tops our selection is your savings discount liquor.
And visit us online at discountliquorinc.com.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
The best thing you can do is join the Princeton Club, because you can grow your fitness journey, and you will have people cheering for you to grow in all areas of your life at the Princeton Club. And the best way to do that is have a healthy foundation of your body, and the growth will start there. Join before January 31st for the lowest rates of 2026. Get locked in. Have a great opportunity to have my wife do tennis lessons there at the Princeton Club. I work out. We drop our kid off at the free childcare. So if you're looking to grow, start with that healthy foundation of having a great body, a healthy body. So find your better tomorrow and grow at the Princeton Club. Thank you to Brian Anderson for stopping by in studio. Hearing his voice just brings back different thoughts and memories and moments. And as Kyle asked him and really hit on, it's great to have BA be someone who identifies with Wisconsin as Milwaukee as home, because as we all watch him do different things, we feel that connection, because he does still do games here in Wisconsin for the Brewers. And more games, which is great for all of us. Coming up next is us in 2 minutes on 94.5 ESPN, YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee, and the ESPN Wisconsin app. It's Kyle, Brust, and Nortman. Don't go anywhere. We're back for the 4-on-4 Hour 4 in 2 minutes.
The heat and keeps it real. Ben's got the takes that make you feel.
All right, we got southbound on 43 still backing up a bit from about Fond du Lac Avenue all the way down through the Marquette interchange, then back on the brakes from Beecher down towards the KK River. Also, it looks like we got a crash now on northbound 894 with the right lane blocked just about at Oklahoma Avenue. So that's going to be tying things up back into the Hale interchange. Southbound's backing up as well from Greenfield Avenue down past Oklahoma. We've got eastbound 94 slowing from 76th Street all the way to Holly Road. Westbound slowing from just before 27th Street past Mitchell Boulevard. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast. Tonight, chance of snow, dusting to 1 inch of snowfall. It'll be blustery with a low of 9 above, with a wind chill of 0 to 5 below. Tomorrow, increasing clouds, slight chance for flurries, a high of 18. Weather is brought to you by the Pickler in Menominee Falls. Cold outside? Get moving indoors with free Learn to Play Pickleball every Monday and Saturday. Learn more at thepickler.com. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer, providing equal employment, development, and advancement opportunities to all teammates and applicants. To learn more about careers with us, please send an email to talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com. That's talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com.
Don't miss a full day of nonstop basketball action at the Deer District Prep Showcase Saturday, January 24th at Fiserv Forum. See the next generation of stars as 12 elite high school boys basketball teams take over the court for 6 can't-miss games. Watch Slinger, Freedom, Arrowhead, West Dallas Central, Racine Lutheran, and more all in one place. General admission is just $20, and that gets you access to all 6 games. Check the full schedule and grab your tickets now at FiservForum.com. Be there. Feel the energy. The Deer District Prep Showcase Saturday, January 24th.
Hey, this is Jen Latta. You're listening to 94.5 ESPN, WKTI, and WKTI HD Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station. Broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studio at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee. This is Kyle Brust Nortman, KBN on 94.5 ESPN. The ESPN Wisconsin app, and streaming live at ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube. The 414 Hour on KBN is brought to you by Siding Unlimited. Siding Unlimited is Wisconsin's leader in Pella window installation. Looking for new windows, siding, roof, and doors? Visit them at sidingunlimited.com.
It's the 414 Hour at Vote on KBN.
He is Kyle Wallace. I'm Ben Brust alongside Bradley Nortman. Alex Strofe is running the show. Get us on YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee, at ESPN Madison, and the Carbos Talk and Text line 800-990-3776. For the 18th millionth time, if you're going to do awkward things, please put yourself on video.
Stro, have you ever been in a rap video before?
I am on video, number 1. And number 2, have I ever been in a rap video?
Yeah, you ain't been in the background before?
Have you? Is that what you're saying?
I have been in one.
What video?
1 or 2.
I'm hopeful now, Kyle.
1 for sure.
I've become social media friends with Wave Chappelle.
Oh,
and he wrote me a rapper, or I guess last summer now. So maybe he'll invite me one of these days.
Yeah, maybe.
Big shout out to Brian Anderson, television play-by-play broadcaster, Brewers TV, March Madness, college basketball, did the NBA for many years. He's done everything. 2K. But I found it so fascinating. And I was like, I know what Kyle's going to say to this. As he talked about Pat Murphy when I asked him about it. It's about the players.
Mm-hmm.
But he also mentioned it's about the culture that the coach sets. That I found so fascinating when you think about how much people gravitated towards Pat Murphy and his leadership, right? But he talked about how the players are able to, and I think where I found myself thinking about this was if you have the head coach that has the culture and has the consistency and you know what to expect, then the players, if they meet those expectations, they have room to become one and also hold each other accountable and reach the different goals. So I thought that was really fascinating, but additionally got me thinking, right? In terms of trusting head coaches and managers, like I think undoubtedly everyone would say right now they'd put their most trust into Pat Murphy. Outside of Pat Murphy, who in the state of Wisconsin do you trust the most? Matt LaFleur, Greg Gard, Luke Fickell, Doc Rivers, Shaka Smart. 800-990-3776. Who do you trust the most outside of Pat Murphy? We'll put that on the poll on Twitter at KBN ESPN.
Wow.
What do you mean, wow? The answer is easy.
Is it?
He said outside of Pat Murphy. I mean,
yes.
You're talking. Are we that far gone? Are we that stupid when it comes to looking at these coaches? Give me the 4 again. You said Matt LaFleur, Greg Gard, Shaka Smart,
Luke Fickell, and Doc Rivers.
Listen, only one of them has made the playoffs 6 or 7 years. Like, yeah, he ain't won a championship, but he's leaps and bounds ahead of the rest. Luke
21-3 blew the lead, and you trust him like that.
Did you see the rest of the list? We wanted to fire Greg Gard a couple years ago. What are we talking about?
I think I'm going to go with Greg Gard.
Oh, Brad.
I'm going with Greg Gard.
Brad, you wanted to fire Greg Gard a couple years ago.
He has transformed.
Yeah, until he
Badger
came in and you
basketball.
guys heard about what he's been doing and how he's transforming his program, and you guys came alive.
No, it matters.
You two, I remember this. I remember we were
being
about to talk.
soft.
No, we were talking to Greg Gard, and I was like, "Why are you guys so anti?" Like, and then he talked to you guys like, "Whoa, wow, interesting how he's doing things." And now,
To be fair to Greg Gard, he completely changed the Wisconsin Badger culture, their system, the way they bring on talent. So he deserves a lot of credit for being able to reshape them. I mean, they're able to have a run of sorts last year, and this year we'll see. But Matt LaFleur, he's the only. I mean, process of elimination. Fickle, no. Doc,
you don't
no.
trust Fickle?
Yeah. Shaka, no. So you got Matt LaFleur and Greg Gard. I think that Matt LaFleur is just not to be trusted in the big moment. If the
Why is Greg Gard, though, is what I could say when they haven't made it to the Sweet 16 since 2017.
I mean,
he was the coach back-to-back years, but people will say those Bo's players, but he was able to elevate Bo's players when Bo left, it was not in a great
year,
spot.
They were destined for greatness too, but they just
were simulated ESPN.com national champions.
That's right. That was going to be the year. Unfortunately, COVID took so much from us.
Brad.
That was going to be the year. That was going to be the year.
Yeah.
I just don't know how you can put trust in Matt LaFleur in the big moment. He's a great regular season coach. But he's probably a below average postseason coach, which is scary.
Sure, based off the record, yeah. But at the end of the day, looking at the list of coaches, I think it's more indicative.
Luke Fickle's got the best track record in the postseason.
Yeah, he made it to the college football playoffs, and so. But at the end of the day, fellas, we're asking a question comparing a guy who is good to a rest of the guys who are either bad or okay. Shaka Smart's not bad; they're just having a bad.
Doc
year,
Rivers won a championship.
Yeah.
Shaka Smart's been to Final Four.
Yes, in prior teams. Not current teams. And so when I look at it, a lot of the coaches here in Wisconsin aren't doing too well, aren't doing too hot.
And the resumes as a whole are there, but
the resumes as a whole is top-notch.
It's fascinating to think of the names and where the teams specifically in Wisconsin are at.
At some point, Luke Fickle and Doc Rivers were the hottest names in their sport for coaches. That's what you have. Matt LaFleur, if he got fired, he would be one of the hottest names in the sport. So Wisconsin, Shaka Smart was at a point when he left VCU, he went to Texas. He was the hottest name in the sport.
But shout out Mark Johnson and Kelly Sheffield.
Matt LaFleur benefits from MVP Rodgers, though, does he not? Like, part of his gravitas part of his resume is having the greatest player on the planet for a couple seasons.
I think what he was
Greg Gard's never had that.
What he was able to drink. No, Frank played for Bo, so that's the National Player of the Year. Ethan Hatt was good though. But what he was able to do after Aaron Rodgers is what gets him validity. That is what gives him more credibility, is the fact that he was able to take a quarterback in Jordan Love that some people thought was not good and turn him into a guy that is going to be in the MVP conversation next season. It was tinkering and being the MVP conversation this season. He gets credit for that. He gets credit for taking a team after Aaron Rodgers where they did not make the playoffs in this last season to making the playoffs. He gets credit for not, I wouldn't say reinventing Aaron Rodgers, but reinvigorating Aaron Rodgers and getting him back to that MVP level. So he gets credit for that. So no, you can't take away all his accomplishments because he got to coach Rodgers. He helped coach up Rodgers to be great again.
Luke Fickle early in the voting.
This would be 0%.
75% of the vote.
You a damn lie.
Yeah, I'm a damn lie. 0% of the vote very early. I'd be curious of how many votes have to come in before a Badger recruiting Twitter account comes in and clicks Luke Fickle when it gets to their timeline.
I mean, being objective, Luke Fickle shouldn't get a vote. No, I'm
being objective.
He should.
Neither should Doc Rivers.
No, Doc Rivers can get a vote because some people say, well, he won an NBA title and he's coached good teams. He's blown a lot of leads in series.
I know. Ben forgets. Ben forgets you can only put 4 options on a Twitter poll. So I left Shaka Smart off just because I thought it was.
No. I never wanted him on the Twitter poll. He was the obvious. I guess
if he's the obvious man out.
I guess it would be funnier to see who do you trust more, Shaka or Fickle, but we're not doing that.
Oh, that should be Shaka.
Yeah, that should be Shaka.
That should be Shaka.
Shaka's having a down year this year, but I mean, Wisconsin had down years.
It's Fickle versus Doc is really the two.
For the basement?
Yeah.
And you got to go with Doc because he's at least won a championship.
Right.
Fickle's not good with the Badgers. I just want us to understand.
Well, yeah.
He's
I just want us to
very
understand.
bad.
And for the record, early going on the poll, Doc Rivers has received a vote. Luke Fickell has received 0 votes.
He should receive 0.
And Matt LaFleur has received more than half.
Fickle's got a vote.
Oh, my. Doc Rivers hasn't gotten a
Greg
vote.
Gard in the lead, 48% to LaFleur, 43%.
I just find it interesting how quickly folks change. I mean,
Or
I'm
how
telling you,
palmy this world is.
2 years ago, we wanted Greg Gard fired. Wisconsin missed the tournament, didn't they, a couple years ago?
No, they lost to JMU in the first round. They lost to James Madison,
but the
and
year
that's when
before
everybody
that,
was like...
The year before that, we missed the tournament, right?
Then
Because we went to the NIT final.
Yes, that would be accurate.
And we lost in that. And I was getting mad at, not Stephen Crowell. Yeah, Stephen Crowell. Makes me mad. Because he want to ball up into that game, and then gets to that game, he goes back to Stephen Crowell being soft. But he's a good player.
No,
he's played for the Utah Jazz
He was like
G
one
League
of my
team.
least favorite
Yeah,
gigs.
but he's made it professionally longer than you.
Wow.
Isn't this his first year out of college?
No,
Yeah, but he's in the G League.
Stephen Crowell, his last year was
That's
last year.
great. Do you know what they pay in the G League?
What do they play
Pipe
in
dream.
Lithuania?
More than G League.
You think so?
It's like the starting.
know.
I don't know how much it changed, but the starting salary when I was at G League was like $15,000.
Dude, you're so old. It was the D League still.
Dude, they were paying guys.
Dude, I forgot about that.
The developmental league.
Holy cow!
They didn't even have.
This is an aging show right now for me. Wow.
Taking pictures of yourself and you can't don't know how.
What's even called the G League?
It was a selfie of my face. My
NBA
chin did not look good, and it was an accident.
The creeper. Developmental league, boy, that's funny. They make more now because folks who play on the G League Ignite get paid hundreds of thousands of dollars.
The average G League,
Not
only
average. What's the
salary.
starting salary?
The average salary is $40,000.
Oh,
currently?
wow. That can't
I'm
be right.
telling you,
Last
you
season.
don't make
But
anything.
If you're on a two-way, that kicks you up to about $500,000.
Why would you leave the? You should soak up the NCAA for as long as possible.
If you're not going to make the NBA, NIL.
did that.
I guess that's true. I guess he couldn't go any longer.
I would never.
$45,000 is the base pay this year.
You know what's crazy? There's kids in college who refuse to go to the G League. What am I doing going to the G League when I can get paid here in college? The quarterback from Duke is getting like $8 million to go to
$8 million.
I believe he was going to get 4 from Duke, and then he left Duke because after he said I'm going to stay forever, he decided to leave because Miami offered him the bag.
Stay in school as long as you can.
I would never leave.
Kyle, if you were making some of that NIL money, you probably would have done the whole house by now.
Yeah, you don't need. The great thing is, KBN Nation, you don't need NIL money to work with Universal Windows Direct. And guess what? New year, new you. A lot of people like to say that, but let's try this one. New year, new home upgrade. If you've been thinking about replacing your windows or you've just had enough of those cold drafts sneaking into your home every single winter, now is the perfect time to finally take care of it. Universal Windows Direct has a January offer that is all about starting strong and saving big. Peep this. Right now, you can buy 4 windows. You get 4 free. And that's one of the biggest offers they've ever done. But on top of that, get 0 interest financing for 60 months. You can spread out your payments over 5 years, save same as cash without a penny of interest. But wait, it gets even better. You'll get $1,000 off your entire home project plus a little something to look forward to with a vacation voucher through Destination Motivation with every purchase. So if you are looking to upgrade your windows, look no further. Contact my friends at Universal Window Direct today at 414-410-2000 or visit them at universalwindowsdirect.com to schedule your free estimate. Peep this. Buy 4, get 4 free. 60 months interest free. $1,000 off your next project and a warm vacation to look forward to. Woo! You'll be saying like me, I love my windows.
If this team did not get hurt, were they Super Bowl caliber? Kyle will say yes, I know that. Next.
This is Kyle Brust Nortman.
Babe Ruth was short, fat. Well, I don't know how short he was. He looked short in the video. He was fat. He was stubby. He looked fat. He tried it. He didn't have a sprint. Have you ever seen Babe Ruth sprint? I wonder how many steals he had. 0
on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
All right, we got southbound on 43 still backing up a bit from about Fond du Lac Avenue all the way down through the Marquette interchange, then back on the brakes from Beecher down towards the KK River. Also, it looks like we've got a crash now on northbound 894 with the right lane blocked just about at Oklahoma Avenue. So that's going to be tying things up back into the Hale interchange. Southbound's backing up as well from Greenfield Avenue down past Oklahoma. We've got eastbound 94 slowing from 76th Street all the way to Holly Road. Westbound slowing from just before 27th Street past Mitchell Boulevard. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast. Tonight, chance of snow, dusting to 1 inch of snowfall. It'll be blustery with a low of 9 above with a wind chill of 0 to 5 below. Tomorrow, increasing clouds, slight chance for flurries, a high of 18. Weather is brought to you by the Pickler, Menominee Falls. Cold outside? Get moving indoors with free Learn to Play Pickleball every Monday and Saturday. Learn more at thepickler.com. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
The Homer Hour with special guests every day from 5 to 6.
Here's the only question that counts. Everything else is crap. Will and policy be able to walk out on the field with Matt LaFleur as the head coach?
The best 60 minutes of your day happens on the Homer Hour.
It could get worse, but can you put that guy in charge of the team and give him an extension?
Weekday afternoons from 5 to 6 on 94.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
Monica, we've got to hand it to you.
You and the design team have outdone yourselves.
Are you talking about the One Collection?
Those rings say you are the one.
And they say it symbolically.
Describe the symbols.
Every ring in the One Collection should be presented with a special ritual.
What would that ritual be?
You pick up her left hand and you place a kiss on her ring finger.
Rick, you never told me about that part.
Then you show her the tiny red diamond, flush mounted inside the ring, that will forever be in contact with her finger.
Why is it red?
Because that's when the giver says to the one, wherever you go, my heart goes with you.
I give you this kiss. I give you my heart.
The red diamond is a secret symbol of that sacred moment.
The center diamond on the outside of the ring is for the whole world to see.
But the tiny red created diamond inside the ring is only for the two of them.
The One Collection of engagement rings is available exclusively at Kessler's.
To find the Kessler's nearest you,
visit KesslersDiamonds.com.
ESPN Wisconsin's Mark Tauscher, and if you're serious about getting more active this year, listen up. The Pickler in Menominee Falls is indoor pickleball, and it's for everybody, whether you're brand new or just trying to move more. Right now, they're offering free Learn to Play clinics every Monday and Saturday at noon. No experience, no gear. They'll teach you everything. So stop talking about your New Year's resolutions and go do something about it. Stop in at the Pickler in Menominee Falls or call the club for more details.
New year, new ride. Start 2026 in style at Cunis. Bring in the savings with amazing offers on all cars, trucks, and SUVs at your nearby Milwaukee Metro Cunis dealerships in Oak Creek, Greenfield, and Oak Chevrolet on West Metro Auto Mall. Trade in the old and drive into the new with huge incentives and rebates on all new in-stock cars, trucks, and SUVs from Chevrolet, GMC, and Buick. Better tech, better safety, better payments. Plus, we have pre-owned payments for every budget and over 2,500 pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs to choose from group-wide. And don't miss this month's service specials on brakes, tires, and oil changes.
I'm Scott Kunis, COO of Kunis Auto Group. We would like to invite you to take advantage of these great monthly specials. And remember that your vehicle will be covered by our exclusive No Fear Lifetime Powertrain Warranty, included with new and qualified pre-owned purchases. Call or stop in today for your VIP appointment.
New year, new ride. Start your search online at shopkunis.com.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Nothing brings out joint pain like cold weather we're experiencing right now. So there's never been a better time to give my friends at QC Kinetics a phone call to repair those areas causing pain. Could be your knees, your hips, your shoulders, your back. And it could be there for whatever reason. Could be an old injury, arthritis. QC Kinetics has a personal plan for a pain-free life for you. They're going to meet you right where you are when it comes to joint pain. When you call them for your free consultation, they're going to sit you down. They're going to talk through what they do. They're going to tell you about their cellular therapies and how they are the nation's leader in regenerative medicine right here in the Milwaukee area. And they're going to put a little bit of visual imagery into that joint so you can see what's going on, and they can diagnose you to make sure that that pain goes away for the long term. Say goodbye to 3 to 6 months recovery. Say goodbye to pain. Say goodbye to invasive surgery, and say hello to the healthiest, best year of your life. Don't wait any longer. QC Kinetics is there to give you that pain-free life. Give them a call for your free consultation today at 414-240-2298. That's 414-240-2298. 414-240-2298.
Kyle, Brust Nortman with you till 5 o'clock. Pulled something up from Alex Stro earlier today, and it reads, Free Agent Frenzy. There's going to be several decisions for the Packers this offseason. Unrestricted free agents include Quay Walker, Sean Ryan, Rasheed Walker, Romeo Doubs, John Fitzpatrick, Zane Anderson, Nick Nyman, and Kingsley Enikbare.
Nick
Neiman. I knew it. I knew you were going to jump in, journalist Trof.
You knew it, huh? Did you know who that was when he ran on field to cover the tight end, Colston Loveland? Did you know who that boy was? I know. Who the hell is 31? Getting cooked.
Common theme for some of the defensive backs.
He ain't even a defensive back. He's a linebacker.
He's a linebacker wearing number 31.
A 31, a linebacker?
Correct.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well,
hot damn.
Special teams.
That's what was going down there at the end of the year. It was awesome stuff.
The season on the line. This is who we're putting out.
Here we go.
There. That's crazy.
First round draft pick.
That's crazy.
The reason why I bring up the unrestricted free agents is there's been a lot of talk of what ifs with the 2026 playoff Packers. If I told you that it was guaranteed health for Micah Parsons, Tucker Kraft, Devontae Wyatt, would this team be in the Super Bowl this year? I want to start with Brad.
No.
Why not?
They wouldn't be. It takes multiple position groups playing at elite levels to be good enough for a Super Bowl team. And this team just doesn't have it. The names you just read, which are just the unrestricted free agents for the Green Bay Packers, Quay Walker, Sean Ryan, Rasheed Walker, Romeo Doubs. Those are like the headline-worthy ones. And you got some guys that sort of fill the gaps, and Kingsley Enikbare, probably the most well-known amongst them. None of these guys are guys that you're clamoring to keep. I mean, you could take or leave any of them. And honestly, those are just the ones that are free agents. We could go through the roster, which we won't do, and say, you know what? This guy, not really a value add. We just sort of need him to fill 22 starters on offense and defense. So the Packers, they have a couple of positions that's required to be a contender. You got a great quarterback. You got a great D-end. You got a weapon in Tucker Kraft. You got a safety who's opportunistic and a leader. Outside of that, though, there's so few great players. They're just average to good. And because of that, you're going to get exposed. You're never going to have field tilting situations. And you can equalize Micah Parsons. You can do things to slow down Jordan Love. But when there are blemishes and there's just average players across the board, they're going to be good. There's going to be moments where they look great. But a Super Bowl contending team, I mean, I just go back to the average average Super Bowl team has 4 All-Pro players. That's just historically the last 15 years, 4 All-Pro players on any given Super Bowl team. The Packers do not have that. And they don't have then great players to fill beneath that.
Well, before Kyle goes, he said, we got it. We must sign Kingsley Enikbare.
Yeah,
we have to.
No, role player. If I had to choose on that list, Kingsley is the one coming back. Brad, so you're going to sit here and tell me we have to have 4 All-Pro players?
On average, 4.
Okay, so you're going to sit here and tell me that Tucker Kraft isn't maybe an All-Pro player this year if he stays healthy?
He's trending toward it, but to finish the season with it.
3.
That would be 3.
He's got to be better than,
we're going to say we're saying
Trey
Zach
McBride.
We're going to say Zach. That's very true. You're going to say Zach Tom at the end of last season when he was fully healthy wasn't one of the best right tackles. He wasn't an All-Pro, but I'm saying
he's very good.
But what I'm saying is this: you said we need 4. You're acting like we are significantly far away from that. We legitimately on this roster have, and I'll be honest, we have 5 guys capable of being an All-Pro. I named 2 of them, and then the last one is going to be Jordan Love. That is who you have.
Don't forget about Daniel Whalen.
Yeah. 6 guys. Then.
To cut you off. The Packers
to cut you off. I'm gonna cut you off.
The Packers do have some top-heavy talent. I will give you that.
We have two All-Pros already now.
My concern isn't that top-level talent. It's the next 15 guys on the roster.
Ben, you asked a question, would this team be in the Super Bowl if it wasn't for the injuries to Devontae Wyatt, injuries to Micah Parsons and Tucker Kraft? Dude, like, look at what this team was doing even without Tucker Kraft. They went down to Denver and they were up. Yes, this is a Super Bowl caliber type team if you keep a Micah Parsons. You were down. Listen, you were up in a game against the Chicago Bears. What does Micah Parsons do when you're up in a game?
I know what he does, but I will never hear the argument that it doesn't. As Homer said and John Anderson said, it could have been the third stringers the rest of the game, 21-3. It can't happen the way it did.
I'm talking about the game where they lost in overtime. If Michael Parsons doesn't go get down against Denver, I don't know if that will make a difference or not. But you tell me you add in Tucker Kraft to a team that scored 26 points and was able to get out early. They scored that points really quickly when they got up by 9 points. Without Tucker Kraft, I think they're able to do that.
Bears.
I'm talking about the Denver Broncos. I'm talking about Chicago, and then again, the Baltimore game that was a loss. There's no coming back from that. The Minnesota Vikings game, the Packers, regardless how the season would have changed out, they probably, I guess you were playing for something, they played that game. And then the last Bears game where they played, you add Tucker Kraft to that offense. Love threw for 323 yards and 4 touchdowns. You don't think that Tucker Kraft can help that? You don't think Michael Parsons can help in these games? What are we talking about? You're talking about all-pro type level guys.
It's not just about beating the Bears.
You're talking about a guy.
So talk about what would be next.
Okay.
Seahawks and Rams.
Yes, I believe the Green Bay Packers could have beat the Rams. I believe the Seahawks are playing very, very well right now, but I believe they go and they compete. The Packers may be.
Did you run the Monte Carlo with Devontae Wyatt, Micah Parsons, and...
No, don't get ahead of yourself.
Anyways.
And Tucker Kraft is who you're forgetting.
No, I was going to add Zach Tom.
I just want to point out how different of a year it was because I'm actually here to defend Kyle. This was the year in which the NFL was riddled with parity more than other years. Everybody would agree?
Yes.
So typically, sir. Brad, the Monte Carlo that you've run and have referenced in not actually.
How many simulations?
That's just deep research.
How many simulations do you usually run?
So how many All-Pros?
On average, 4. It's anywhere from the lowest was 2, but those were always Tom Brady's teams. Okay. So you have the GOAT, and it was as high as I believe.
And that's
7
first and
All-Pros.
second team combined, correct?
Huh?
That's first and second team combined.
Correct.
Okay, got it. So Denver was the best in the league this year. They had 6 total.
Okay.
Remaining teams, Seattle had 5 total. They only had 1 first team, 4 on the second team. JSN was their only first teamer. The other 2 teams remaining, New England 2, Los Angeles 2. 0 first team all-pro selections for New England, 2 first team all-pro selections for the Rams. So of the final
Who
4,
cares about first,
2, 4, and 6.
Without knowing the complexion of these teams, I would probably say that those 2 teams, though, have the most. I'm guessing the 6 from the Broncos and the 5 from the Seahawks.
4, yeah.
4. I think there is so much parity. It's probably more spread out on the all-pro team than most years. I would be surprised if any team has 4 or more. Or that, but that's
the other teams. So Denver, I mentioned, had the most with 6. Atlanta, Detroit, and Seattle had 5.
Really?
And 2 of those teams didn't make the postseason.
Atlanta had 5 All-Pros. Where?
That's correct. They had. Give me 1 second.
Bijan.
Bijan was a
Drake London
was a first team selection for both running back and all-purpose, and then he was the second team all-purpose selection as well. Kyle Pitts.
Kyle Pitts was All-Pro?
He's a second-team All-Pro.
And Tucker, you going to tell me
Tucker Kraft would have been All-Pro.
Stop playing with me.
Excuse-moi?
Are you sure you're looking at the right list?
I promise I am.
Stop playing with me.
And then Chris Lindstrom, the right guard, and Jesse Bates, the safety.
Wait. So who was first? Was Trey McBride? How is it now Trey McBride and George Kittle?
Well, George Kittle, he didn't have a great
George Kittle
year.
was hurt for most of the year. Trey McBride was the first-team All-Selection.
Kyle Pitts.
Kyle Pitts was second.
Kyle, scratch that from the record. And does Bijan count in 3 times? That got a little wild.
Again, as I say, it was
These 3 people out there.
It was a big,
and they still didn't make the playoffs.
So I mean, Kyle Pitts probably had 1,000 yards receiving, and so, like I said before, Tucker Kraft definitely was somebody who I believe could have been in that conversation. And so you're talking about the number 1 wide receiving threat. You're talking about the number 1 offensive lineman. You're talking about your number 1 pass rusher. And you're talking about your number 2 defensive lineman. Like that is who you lost.
So they get a pass this year because of injuries.
Ed Policy gave him a pass. So what does Kyle? Listen, Ed Policy give him a pass.
What does Kyle do? He follows exactly what the green and gold do.
What am I supposed to do?
If the green and gold give him a pass,
if
I give
Policy
him a pass.
good with it, who am I? You know what I'm saying? That's Carmen's son. That's Carmen boy. Carmen put together the championship.
I thought you had more, original thought.
I do have original thought, but at the end of the day, I'm telling y'all, the Green Bay Packers were decimated with injuries to their top play.
You might as well just get a initial of every Packers owner on your body because you just trust whatever they do no matter what.
I mean, if we didn't have these injuries, we would have lost to the Bears the way we did.
It's not like
it would be inexcusable.
It's not like they looked like a Super Bowl team the whole year. They had moments where they looked solid, but they lost to Carolina.
Brad, there was
Philly,
never a
Cleveland.
Brad, they didn't look great, but there was never a moment where this team was out of it. To me, that
I
play,
agree with that.
when they were 9-3 and won, their losses were 3-point losses. 3-point losses at that point in a tie. To me, you have bad games, but the fact that you still have an opportunity late in those games, it shows me that this team is fighting, but they didn't know how to finish. And that ended up being the thing that killed them at the end of the year, is that they did not know how to finish. And so now you get guys back healthy, and hopefully you learn from some of these lessons of losing. Then
Love the
hopefully
word
that translates.
hopefully.
Well, I mean, what am I? I can't. I'm not.
You don't say hopefully.
Cleo.
Just trust whatever
future.
Ed Policy thinks Matt LaFleur will do for this team.
I trust that this team is going to be able to finish games more next year. That's going to be on Jordan Love and these guys maturing. 100%.
How many times are we going to say maturing? Anyway, time for Alex Stroh coming up next because he put
guys
the Monte Carlo.
No, the best wheel of Stroh of 2026
You
is
better
coming
fix
up.
that wheel. That wheel is.
Oh, it ain't about the wheel today, Kyle.
It's about the man.
What does that mean?
It's about you.
Oh yeah, I'm a man.
Well, he didn't even know. I was trying to give him a compliment. Wheel of Stroh next.
You're listening to Kyle Brust Nortman, KBN.
His career success rate was 51%. That's trash.
That is trash. That's really bad.
I'm Ricky Henderson in 1923. I want y'all to understand that.
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Bit of a backup on westbound 94 from just before 27th Street. Really slow all the way to Mitchell Boulevard. Eastbound slowing down east of 84th Street all the way to about Hawley Road. We do have a broken down vehicle westbound 94 in the Zoo interchange as well, but that's off on the left shoulder out of traffic. Southbound 43, watch for delays from Locust all the way down through the Marquette to the KK River crossing. On westbound 894, we're seeing delays from the Mitchell interchange to Loomis, and then southbound on the bypass heading into the Hale and onto 894 eastbound all the way to 76th Street. And checking the TMJ4 Storm King forecast tonight, a chance of snow dusting to 1 inch of snowfall, blustery with a low of 9 above, wind chills of 0 to 5 below. Then tomorrow, increasing clouds, slight chance of flurries, a high of 18. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
This is Eric Brown, owner of Siding Unlimited, letting you know that Siding Unlimited installs Pella windows and doors. That's right, Siding Unlimited installs windows, and we do it really well, earning the prestigious Pella Platinum Premier National Certified Contractor of the Year award 5 times. New windows, our expert team will deliver on a smooth, hassle-free installation, making you feel proud of calling Siding Unlimited for your window project. What's the next step? Call 262-567-4513 or go to sidingunlimited.com.
You've already put in the work. Now there's a way to make it count towards your degree. At Lakeland University, your work and life experience can earn you college credit, helping you finish faster, saving time and money. With flexible evening and online classes, plus multiple start dates, Lakeland fits your life. Study 100% online at one of our 6 locations across Wisconsin or on our residential campus in Sheboygan County. Customize your degree to fit your life, your goals, your future, without missing the moments that matter, at work or at home. Your experience matters here. Lakeland University. Experience it your way.
Rock a big win this January at Potawatomi Casino Hotel Milwaukee. Don't miss your chance to win a share of $60,000 in prizes every week. Just play with your rewards card for entries. Prize drawings on Thursdays. Plus, your January drawing entries all roll into an even bigger prize drawing in March. Rock on all month long, only at Potawatomi. More info online. Must be 21 and a rewards member to play.
Brewers mini ticket plans for the 2026 season are available now with 6-game, 12-game, and build your own plan options. You can pick or build the best plan for your schedule, whether you're gearing up for tailgates under the sun, the thrill of the home runs, or the eruptions of walk-off wins. Brewers mini plans have you covered for the 2026 season with specially discounted ticket rates and more exclusive perks in each plan. Check out all the mini plan options available for 2026 now at brewers.com/ticket plans.
Life's better with American Family Insurance because we know you love working weekends. If it means working on your dream home, both inside and out. And we're here to help protect those dreams so you can enjoy peace of mind. Save up to 40% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on the way you purchase insurance and by state. Some exclusions apply. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Wisconsin is still cattle country. And that's why Bunzel's chose to stay close to home to hand-select the finest beef. Quality goes into everything they do, from Bunzel's expansive array of meats, homemade specialty sausages, and their award-winning beef jerky. It just isn't a proper holiday meal without Bunzel's top quality cuts on the dinner table. Tasting is believing. Visit Bunzel's at 90th and Burleigh or bunzels.com.
You're listening to Kyle Brust and Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin, ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube, and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
KBN Nation, now is the perfect time. Listen, if your house feels cold and you got that heat on, guess what? That means your windows are not working for you, but I have the perfect upgrade and fix for you. It is Universal Windows Direct, and they have a January offer that you will absolutely love. Right now, you can buy 4 windows and get 4 free. With that, you get 0% interest financing for 60 months. That is 5 whole years. And because UWD loves you, it gets even better. You'll also get $1,000 off your entire project, plus a little some extra, a nice little vacation voucher through Destination Motivation with every purchase. That's right, you'll go from winter chills to a warm getaway on Universal Windows Direct. If you're ready to start the new year by finally checking this off your list, call 414-410-2000 or visit universalwindowsdirect.com to schedule your free in-home estimate today. Buy 4, get 4, 60 months interest-free, $1,000 off your project, and a warm vacation to look forward to. Like me, you'll be saying, I love my windows.
Time now for what is being coined as the best Wheel of Stro of 2026. Is that going to be, it's going to be the best for the rest of 2026? So a 21-day...
Oh, I told you my New Year's resolution was to get better every day. GBED.
How's that going now that we are 21 days?
Get better every day.
Is it working?
You tell me. You're the judge, not me.
There's been some pretty good Wheel of Stros.
Will's was better than anything.
It's time for the
Wheel
What is
Stro. Listening?
No.
I thought you said you were going to listen to our show driving home.
Yeah, the issue is I forgot you guys aren't on ESPN Madison.
That's not an excuse.
ESPN Wisconsin app.
You have YouTube. What are you
yeah,
talking
but
about?
I didn't have my car, so I didn't know how to connect my phone. It was a whole thing.
A whole thing.
Okay.
Are you getting better every day?
I think so. I would argue yes. I've
You
had a
just
great
made
year.
all these excuses. You can turn the radio down and turn on the app and listen on your phone. That's a lot of excuses why you didn't want to listen. What'd you listen to?
I listened to Jim, Matt, and Molly, and then when I got to Milwaukee, I listened to Homer.
Sick.
All right, we landed on green.
What is this?
Is this an AI wheel now?
I've digitized the wheel.
No, stupid.
Wow.
Stupid. It takes away the
R.I.P.
experience.
Oh, does it?
Yeah, even Brad hates it. He loves you. Brad?
Yeah, I mean, I kind of like the physical wheel.
Oh, I thought you were going to give him a compliment.
No.
Because you're a compliment sandwich guy.
You did all.
I am.
All right, so have you guys heard about the phenomenon being reported on by meteorologists today of exploding trees?
Yes, I did
because
see
it's so
that.
cold?
No.
Yeah, it's so cold. Friday and Saturday in the states of Minnesota and Wisconsin, they are warning you of exploding trees, which only happens when it gets really, really cold out. And it's not really an explosion. They're kind of exaggerating a bit. It's more of a crack. And hunters are familiar with the sound because sometimes when they're out in the woods and it's cold and you hear a really loud crack, it sounds like a gunshot. And they are warning you not to be frightened in your neighborhoods if you hear any loud cracks the next couple of days.
If I hear a crack and the tree starts falling on my damn house, why would I not be frightened?
Well, then I would be frightened in
What are
that
you talking
scenario.
about? You should be very aware of these
crack
trees.
and fall immediately. They just kind of crack, and it really hurts the roots a little bit.
Oh!
Hurts the roots.
Okay, so it's just some
But
cracking.
my question with the tag of exploding trees
Yeah, fear-mongering.
is to you guys, what regular everyday item in which you see in life would be the most scary if it randomly started to explode?
I don't know, my oven.
My house?
Car?
I didn't mean like that.
This building I'm sitting in right now?
No, not
Yeah,
like
true.
that. I meant like a regular everyday item.
Like a water bottle?
Here's my thought. Birds. What if birds just started exploding?
My cell phone, which
That's
was a
a good
problem
one.
years ago.
That's a good one. Toothbrush. That's a good one.
Well, that's be problematic.
Very
Oh, I
problematic.
guess people
I'd be
have the
very
electronic
scared.
ones. Yeah,
That's a good one.
Yeah, Bryn, do you have anything?
What do you got?
I don't know, photos that you take of yourself while
Dude, I think I'm most annoyed if you're gonna say it without context. Like, what do we do?
Ben was sending people photos.
Exposing
From
yourself.
I was not sending anybody. I accidentally storied something.
The thing is, you sent it to everybody.
Well, everybody is a stretch because that was 12 people.
But everybody had access.
Correct.
So there was nothing false about what we just said.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm sorry, Ben. Ben's really beating himself up about
Yeah.
this.
Yeah, again, I can't believe it
It's a bad
happened.
look.
I was just sitting in the break thinking, like, how? How?
This is segment 1 at 2 o'clock and it's 4:42.
Yes!
And he is still thinking about this. You broke him.
He didn't break me. I broke myself.
You did. I think this is the
I
realization
still don't know
you're
how
old.
it's possible.
And the crazy part is, I was thinking, like, all right.
Wheel!
Oh,
Stro! You need to get at least a new wheel sound.
Yeah, that's
Why don't
bad.
we just invest in a new wheel? It's $26.
Like, take the Wheel of Fortune wheel sound.
It's yellow. Yeah, but it gives you an applause. That's kind of fun.
I don't like this.
I don't either. It's just the first one I found. We'll try again
This
tomorrow.
is the best Wheel of Stro ever in
This is
2026.
GBB. What does it
Listen
get
here.
better every day?
Listen here. Out in our neighboring community of West Allis, wonderful community, they have announced after more than 300 submissions and 3,400 votes, their snow plows in the city of West Allis officially have names. I would like each of you to tell me your favorite name of the following. Control, Salt, Delete.
Brad would laugh at that.
It is spelled this way, but I'm going to pronounce it a different way, okay? I'm going to give you both versions. The first one is Chicken Plow Main, pronounced Chicken Plow Main.
Seems a little.
It's West Dallas. I mean, come on now.
I'm just saying.
How is that racist?
Are these names going to have...
It's like Chicken Lo Mein. It's a dish.
I know what it is.
I don't know. Maybe in the way you said it, we didn't like it.
Yeah, it's the delivery, maybe.
Okay.
I don't know.
What we need, the white man who leads our show calling things racist. Plowy McPlowface.
There's a race off between the white people.
Plowy McPlowface is the final one.
That's
not good.
That's stupid. The first one was fantastic.
Control, Salt, Delete.
That's multi-layered. That is multi-layered.
Didn't you do a story about somewhere in Chicago they named the snow plows?
I might have.
So is it
maybe-
on the side of the snowplow vehicle?
Yeah, it says it. Like
so
a
you're
boat,
walking
like-
and say, oh, there goes Control, Salt, Delete.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Wow.
Yeah.
Amazing.
What
West
would
Dallas.
you name a snowplow, Brad?
Ooh, that I don't know. That's why they have these brilliant names.
So my question is with everything.
Raising your hand.
I need to get your attention. My question with everything: how much of my tax dollars would have gone to that? That's what I would ask. If I lived in West Dallas, I'd say, okay,
I could look
that's
into it for
cute.
you.
But if this costs more than a penny, no.
If
Ben
it was
is now
5 cents,
scribbling. He's
you wouldn't do
completely
it?
checked out. He's scribbling.
I don't have a name for snow removal truck.
the good news for you is I didn't ask you the question. I asked Brad.
Bro, you
just asked Kyle as well.
No, Kyle said he had a question about his tax dollars if you'd listen.
Well, I don't live there, but my
Shut
thing
up
is,
before I come and actually beat
Yeah,
the hell out of you.
he's checked out.
dude, you called him a racist.
He
and
called me a
wait, you
racist.
called
Again,
He called me a racist
again.
because I pronounced it Chicken Plow Main.
You did pronounce it pretty
You not
much
like
in your-
that.
No,
if you said it like that, then it would have been fine.
I said
You said it in your native
it's
tongue.
spelled-
Chicken.
What was
You like
racist
slowed
about
it, he
your
slowed it
initial-
down.
It's
said
the name of it. It's spelled Plow Main, so it says Chicken Plow Main, but it would be pronounced Chicken Plow Main, like the dish.
Maybe I missed it the first time. That time you sounded like a guy from Wisconsin. The first time I felt like
Yes.
maybe I felt some energy that you were mimicking.
That's all I was getting at.
What does Brad know?
Best friend,
Don't
back me up.
listen to them, Strophy. They're projecting onto you.
What am I to project? I didn't take the selfie.
Oh, good one from Cody. Jadavion Plowney.
Oh, that is good.
That's good.
Now that is top tier.
That's
All
good.
right.
That's good.
All righty.
Well,
I'm sure Homer will have some ideas on this.
Ben sucked this segment.
Likely not.
He's reflecting on his life.
It was the greatest Wheel of Strop of 2026, and Ben just did nothing.
No, it was.
He just sat there and scribbled.
I feel bad for the
No,
kid.
I honestly, like, middle school. This is what middle schoolers would talk about.
Push
at
it real
recess.
good?
Is kind of where I was
Push it
sitting
real
here.
good. Da, 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 da.
Homer joins us next with wisdom.
This is Kyle Brust Nortman.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, you know, you're 92. It's,
Yeah.
I thought it was
It's tough.
93. You said 93.
almost 93.
When's his birthday?
May.
It's July.
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app. All day, every day. The Carbless Talk and Text line is open for you.
First off, there is not one team that's on the fringe that scares me.
800-990-3776. The Carbless Talk and Text line. This is more.
Harley-Davidson is an iconic Milwaukee brand, recognized worldwide for its innovation and strength. For many years, Harley-Davidson has partnered with Junior Achievement to prepare the future workforce of our community. Together, we're ensuring young people discover the career path that's right for them. To learn more, visit wisconsin.ja.org.
And ESPN Radio Extra Point with Michelle Smallman.
This was after Harbaugh won a national championship at Michigan, and Rini came on Unsportsmanlike and told us very casually, I ran into Jim Harbaugh at a funeral, and he was gushing over how much he loves Justin Herbert. Sure enough, he goes there, and once again, they fall short in the playoffs. And we're talking about Justin Herbert not having an excuse at head coach anymore. Why hasn't he taken that next step? Well, now you have one of the most innovative and brilliant offensive minds in the NFL, and Mike McDaniel, saying, hey, I'm not only going to go there and learn from Jim Harbaugh, but I think that there's a quarterback that has so much talent that I can do something special with him, and then I can explore being a head coach again. But to me, this is not only validation for Justin Herbert, but it's also now more pressure, because not only do you have a head coach, but you know you're going to have an offensive coordinator that's going to be able to put you in advantageous situations. So you better be able to take that next step this year.
My name is Whitney Allen. I am a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought in a million years we'd have to use life insurance. The unexpected happened. With Ethos, it is so fast and easy. It's 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage through Ethos.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ETHOS.com/game.
Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Okay, I have to tell you, I was just looking on eBay where I go for all kinds of things I love, and there it was.
That hologram trading card. One of the rarest. The last one I needed for my set. Shiny like the
Designer handbag of my dreams. One of a kind. eBay had it, and now everyone's asking, ooh, where'd you get your
windshield wipers? eBay has all the parts that fit my car. No more annoying, just beautiful.
Millions of finds, each with a story. eBay. Things people love.
Hi, this is John Neal, CPA, founder of the Neal Group and best-selling author on how to have less stress with the IRS. Happy New Year. Hopefully you enjoyed the holidays and spent time relaxing. Now it's tax time. I know. It's not the most wonderful time of the year, wondering if you are getting a refund or owe, waiting for all the forms to come, and wondering what is deductible. Control the situation instead of letting it control you. Let us help you understand all the new tax laws, how they affect you, and how to take advantage of them. Last year, we helped Janet and Norm go from owing $43,000 to getting a $500 refund. We can help you, too. The first meeting is free. Call now, 414-325-2040, or visit nealgroup.net. You earned it. We help you keep it. That's 414-325-2040. or nealgroup.net.
Selling your home during winter may surprise you. Serious buyers are still out there and often more eager to move.
Homes get strong offers this time of year, and with less competition, your listing can really shine.
I'm Tony Wendorf with Tony Wendorf & Associates, powered by Keller Williams.
And I'm Lindsay Bendler. Our team leads with faith, gratitude, and giving back, donating over $200,000 to local causes since 2020.
Tony Wendorf & Associates is ready to get to work for you with our white glove selling experience. Just search online, Tony Wendorf.
a real estate team that always leads with faith and gratitude.
Tony Wendorf and Associates.
This is Kyle Brust Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app. Radio legend.
I don't care. I wanted to talk to Brett Musburger. That was for my own personal benefit. I hope other people enjoyed it, but I wish I was Brett Musburger. How about that?
Voice of Marquette basketball.
Joplin to the basket. Oh, wow. Hammer time.
And owner of the most famous catchphrase, at least in this building.
Oh, baby, that's sweet.
It's time for Uncle Homer on Kyle Brust Nortman.
I have the perfect question for Uncle Homer.
Today's not the day.
No, Homer. What's
over?
What happened?
It's over. January 21st.
What's over?
2026. Giannis is done.
Oh, yeah.
What do you mean? Yeah.
Oh, we knew that already, though.
No, you didn't. You didn't know. You thought it. You didn't know it until today.
When his wife...
Day to day. You didn't say it that day. What do you mean you're talking now?
When his
Go
wife,
give me the tape back then. You just making crap
Bradley,
up.
when I said if your wife is staying in Greece instead of coming to Milwaukee, it was a family decision to say if I leave Milwaukee during this year...
You said that today.
No, I said that way back when.
Yes, you did. You did comment on it. However, to Homer's point, it's never been so declarative. I mean, that's just subtle behind the scenes. You could make any sort of...
Dude, the first week of the season, you're like, oh, Ryan Rollins, and all that. They're going to keep Giannis here.
You can go to my TikTok, KWall1224 on TikTok, or maybe it might be Kyle414. I don't know what it is.
Really great promotion.
But go ahead. There's a video I'm getting killed on by Bucks fans because I said Giannis is leaving. This is last year in Milwaukee. Now, I didn't expect this to come out right before the trade deadline. I mean, this is him basically saying, I'm done.
Yeah.
I just take it day by day. Homer, do you take... I mean, you're in your 70s. Do you take this day by
Damn, go ahead. I'm not. You don't
take it day by day.
Let me just help all you guys out. Don't think people are offended when they're told they're old when they're old.
Well, you don't take things day by day, do you?
That's the biggest lie in sports. That's what you say when you don't want to answer the question. Is he injured? How's he doing? Day to day.
Yeah.
Day by day. When you don't want to answer the question, you say,
we'll see, like Matt LaFleur.
Yeah.
And
that's his answer.
And
We'll see.
The greatest player.
It's over.
The greatest player in Bucks history said that.
And I don't care. He can say all he wants. He's not a villain. He can never be a villain. He can try and say it. I'm a villain this year.
Oh, the way he'd be the villain is the only way is by straight up saying, I don't want to be here.
He boos.
He can say that every day that he's here, and he's still not a villain.
I'm with Homer on that.
Come on.
I would never see Giannis as a villain.
Beloved.
I'm starting to feel bad for him where I want us to trade him simply to get him out of his misery.
No,
I don't want to see him be miserable.
I'm just saying, what would you say to people who say you're not a true Bucks fan?
No,
would you say that I think it's best for the franchise as well?
Yes. It is best for the franchise as well because you have to recoup
assuming he's going to leave either way.
He's leaving.
He's going to leave either way.
Yeah, I'm going to do what's best for the franchise.
You got to get some assets.
If that's the case, if he's going to leave in a year and a half in free agency,
No, he's leaving it. This is last year.
I'm
He's
just saying
leaving
he
now.
has a year and a half contractually.
It doesn't matter. It's over. Now.
This is the last.
This is the last year.
Enjoy the next 3 months of basketball.
They should give him a standing ovation tonight.
But if he's out, why would you wait and not believe
Whatever
it or not?
gets you the most. You don't know what's.
Believe it or not, you could get probably more of giving him to a contender with potentially picks right now.
Yeah.
And then they got a year and a
Then
half
he's
with
gone.
him, and then he can sign with them or do whatever.
Well,
I mean, someone's going to be desperate enough to say,
the problem
Giannis
is that-
to help me win a championship, I'll give as many picks in the world for that.
Yeah, but you also need to get players, and teams might be a little bit hesitant to give up too many pieces where they think they have.
You get Giannis.
I understand that.
Whatever
but
it
the
is,
Spurs,
you
are the
do the
Spurs going to
best
give
you
up all their
can.
young pieces for Giannis right now?
The interesting thing is too, maybe you wait until you see how the lottery flushes out. Then you trade him in the summertime, and you see okay, we actually have a top 5.
These
pick,
are all the
not just a hope.
decisions that are occurring, and
Do you trust the person trust the people making these decisions that are occurring?
Not the owner.
You're talking about Haslam.
Yes, is guaranteed destruction. He has a history that's so great. I feel bad for Bucks fans.
He does. He
I feel
100%
bad.
does.
I don't know.
Destruction.
It's worse than if Don Morton was hired as the next coach.
Worse than
of
the
Packers.
exploding trees.
Yes.
So you don't think there's any chance that Jimmy can...
He is it's the saddest thing that can happen.
So why would the Bucks do this to him? Why would they?
What do you mean? They got offered a ton of money.
Knocking on the door.
The guys made all their money and they got a championship.
They had no
who he gave this
but
team to.
the people who came in had no connection to the state.
They
of
did a
Wisconsin.
great job.
They did a phenomenal job, and then they just
And
sold
then
us down the river to the highest
Welcome
bidder.
to corporate. Corporate
Why
greed.
wouldn't
It's basically private equity. You go, you buy it up,
I
and you
tell
build
you this:
it, and you
I
sell
buy
it.
a team anywhere, and we win a championship. They owe me forever.
Yeah, I mean, if there's any outrage, it will be what? For a week, a month?
About what? About Giannis?
About Giannis?
Should be against the law. The governor should announce today.
If you boo him
no
or
outrage. No, you can boo. There's any outrage over Giannis is you're going to jail.
I will say, if he gets booed,
and then
if he specifically gets
come on,
booed,
when are you going to have this quote? That's the dumbest thing you've ever said, Homer. I hear it.
No,
I mean,
no,
come on.
I know it. I don't think it is that
Go
crazy.
to jail for booing Giannis?
No, for having an uproar over Giannis not wanting to be here anymore.
No, people are going to
be mean to Giannis. I'll be the judge.
No, they shouldn't be mean to Giannis.
Wow.
But no, next season when the team sucks, they're going to boo. Don't get it twisted. They're gonna
Boo the team,
and they're not going to show up. They're barely showing up now.
Boo the team. Sure, you can do anything you want. You be kind to Giannis.
I agree. Be kind.
Yeah,
Giannis gave me everything.
Yeah, no, it should not be. I mean, as far as saying legal, but nobody should be booing Giannis.
Is it bad?
If you boo Giannis, you going to jail.
No, I'll let you boo because booing is like there. People just boo and they boo everything. But
wait, now you can boo Giannis?
I would allow it.
What kind of
judge is this?
I will judge Homer on his good side.
Okay, I might have to reconsider. But there's some people are going to boo.
To the
Here's
chambers,
problem.
Homer.
You have one person boo, then you can't blame the whole group.
No, all of them got to go.
I've reconsidered. You cannot boo Giannis.
There you go. That's a just judge right there.
Thank you.
Rain Man, Jason Willie, TVV.
I don't know. Doesn't matter.
Nothing matters.
Nothing matters.
Homer Hour in 2
Like
minutes.
the day my dad died.
ABN's the show that